Studio in South Florida, Twist Gaming. Featuring lead broadcaster, Matt Koza. Co-host and creative genius, Josh Perry. Co-host and interviewer extraordinaire, Ann Lazito. Co-host and marketing mogul, Aaron Murphy. With appearances from special guest, Lucy. Welcome to Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you
get to watch ants stare into space.
Stare off into the distance. Yeah, 1,000-yard stare. Thank you for joining us today. Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. All that fun stuff. Tonight we're playing Twitch Plays Middara. We'll go over what that means in just a second. But first off, who are we? I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
I'm Flat Matt.
I'm Josh. I was going to shake him for you.
And we are Twist Gaming. So, Twitch Plays Middara is an ongoing campaign of Middara, the unintentional Malum, Act 1 by...
Succubus.
You're learning. Where you guys get to play along as one of the characters. Tonight you're playing as Nightingale. You're going to be rolling dice with us, making some bad decisions, beating up some worms, and pew-pewing.
Yeah. We got the OG team back.
The OG! But a little well, first let's go over this. And quiz time. What is Middara?
It's a game with characters. They move around the board.
Let's try it this way. Josh, what's Middara?
Middara is basically a JRPG in a box. It's a campaign game with lots of storytelling, and we left off like mid-story last time because Anne had to run off.
We didn't leave off mid-story. We shouldn't have gotten into the story. We left off at the end of a fight, and we're picking back up at the end of the story. You're so salty.
Anne had to poop.
So salty.
Yeah, she had to poop really bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's understandable. Sometimes when you gotta go, you gotta go.
She just had to find a shirt.
But, Anne, what happened on the last episode of Twitch Plays Middara?
She ignored you, Matt.
Yeah.
Completely.
Mm-hmm. And what happened on the last episode of Twitch Plays Middara?
So last time on Twitch Plays Middara, I missed the story before that because I wasn't feeling well. We went and we rescued the second wood nymph. So in the story beforehand, we were going down. There's a couple of wood nymphs, and one is really like
sexy.
Okay, there's wood nymphs, and then there's these big worm creatures, and they have this parasitic. No, it's really a symbiotic relationship, but they're really bad. The worm wants to eat a bunch of things, and then the wood nymph wants eternal life, and then the worm gives that to the nymph, and the nymph took the worm, and then they ate the whole village. Or actually, she trapped it first, because the worm obviously has a limit to its stomach content. So last time we went and we found one of the nymphs that weren't killed yet by the village with the other good nymph, and we rescued them, and everybody died.
It's still a better love story than
because of
Twilight.
Matt's poor decision making.
Still a better love story than Twilight. Does that mean by proxy it's a better love story than 50 Shades of Grey?
I believe so.
Yeah. All right. Glad we came to that conclusion. So we got the OG team back. We got Zeke, Nightingale, Remi, and that other guy who can't jump. Woody Harrelson.
Get it? White man can't jump.
Thank you, Anne.
The movie.
So it's story time now. We got to finish the story that Anne wouldn't let us finish because she had to poop. Which one are we doing now?
Footsteps and bare feet, I believe.
Footsteps and bare feet. Okay. With screeching metal and the protests of angry clockwork, the last of the gatekeepers fell still. Viscous black oil oozed from its body, its sharp metallic odor mixing with the thick stink of decay in the room. Nightingale lowered her weapon. Looking back around them, the Anointed stood in a close group, holding their makeshift weapons and alert for the next threat. Zephyr made his way over to her. "I won't forget this," he said. "The Anointed owe you a great debt."
Thank me later. Let's get going.
Oh, Anne's still rushing through the text on this now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Just completely changed up her reading style halfway through this campaign. She muttered, paying him little attention as she scanned the area. Nightingale spotted Breeze and the other nymph not far away.
That was me paying you little attention, by the way. I'm sorry. I have to check on my friends.
Nightingale called out to the nymphs, walking away from Zephyr.
Breeze!
Zephyr grabbed her shoulder, causing her to turn on him. "I don't mean to be harsh, but this isn't the time. We may have killed the gatekeepers, but Alana might be back at any moment. Zephyr looked deadly serious. Your nymph friends are alive. That's good enough for now. None of us are in a condition to fight the Lich Worm. We need to move. Nightingale ignored him and pulled away to where Breeze was clinging to her friend Ursi. They held each other tight, as if they were afraid that the other might disappear if they let go.
The others!
Ursi squeaked, tears streaming down her face.
I couldn't believe when... How could Alana do that to them, Breeze? We were the same tribe. We were sisters. I don't know.
Breeze said, gently touching Ursi's cheek.
But you won't have to worry about her anymore. We're getting away.
Breeze looked up, noticing Nightingale.
Ursi, this is Nightingale. She helped me rescue you.
Ursi looked up, her eyes still glazed from pain and weakness.
Thank you.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
Yep.
Nightingale wasn't sure how to answer. Amidst the bodies and injuries, all she could do was smile weakly.
I'm just sorry we didn't get here sooner.
Zephyr called from across the room. Oh. Ladies, we need to go. Our escape will be for nothing if the Lichworm catches us. Thanks will be due when we get out alive. I use like a lot of breath to talk like that. Like it's harder than it looks.
I kind of want you to do Hamilton as Batman now.
Hamilton?
Yeah.
Like the play?
Yeah,
No.
the whole play.
The whole play is
Yeah.
Batman?
Yeah.
Something rumbled
it
in their
go.
direction, and Nightingale looked back, worried.
He's right.
She said, drawing her weapon again, though her arms stung from the effort.
We can celebrate when we're out. I'll help you, sister.
Breeze took Ursi's arm, draping it over her own shoulder.
Let's go. Ursi will need the strength of the sun to recover, and she won't find it down here.
Zephyr and his anointed led the way. Their work wasn't done yet, but Nightingale nursed a sense of hope. She had found Zephyr. Now all she needed was to find her friends. Continue to Worm en route, page 284. I'm not throwing away my...
Matt is
Shot.
sassy tonight because he's happy. That's how you know Matt's in a good mood. It's like all of this. This is
I'm just like my country. Young, scrappy, and hungry. And I'm not throwing away my shot. No.
pure, undiluted Matt.
Now do Ships and Guns.
What?
Ships and Guns. It's the really fast one.
You know the name of the Hamilton songs?
Just because I watched the Muppets and he's like, which one was the hardest one to do? It was Ships and Guns because it's the guy really raps it fast, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't keep that.
I'd
speed
imagine
up.
that'd be impossible as Batman. I mean, I'm just saying. I think it'd be pretty difficult. We are outgunned.
I mean, aren't you up for the
Outmanned.
challenge, Matthew? If anybody could do it, it would be you.
I know. I'm fantastic.
Can you do Joker?
Which Joker?
Any of them?
No.
Caesar Romero.
He did lots of laughing like that, but you know.
They did.
You gonna start us out, Ann, or wait?
I have Grimace.
No, it's on the same page you were on.
Grimace, like from McDonald's?
Never mind.
the second
yeah,
half
the big
of it.
purple guy.
Can you do Twitch Sings as Batman? Probably. We're halfway there.
We're almost there.
Living on a prayer. Whoa, we're almost there. Nightingale called, urging them onward. Oh. The Anointed had been prisoners a long time, and more than one of them looked like they were having a hard time. Only Zephyr seemed unfazed by the ordeal. Not far behind them, the worm thrashed and shook in the darkness, toppling pillars and knocking over walls in its rage. Alana was coming for them. Nightingale was the first one up the stairs. Ahead of her, she could see the camp inside of the front entrance of the library. To her surprise, she saw Rook and the others waiting near the entrance. She felt a wave of relief at the sight of them. As she ran towards Rook, the man held his arms out, expecting a hug.
There's no.
You're supposed to hold your arms out, expecting a hug. There you go. Instead, she ran right past him, pointing urgently behind her. Nightingale shouted, turning her head to watch him as they passed each other. She flailed her arms as she kept going. And flail your arms while you
Go,
wait.
go, giant worm!
Was the only thing that came from her lips, and the camp began frantically running with her and the rest of the anointed. Like the airplane?
Yeah, the airplane things.
Yeah.
His little 2 glow sticks.
Yeah. There was yelling coming from behind her, but Nightingale kept on running. As she kept on running. As she climbed out into the sun, she shaded her eyes and spun on her heels to find her friends falling in behind her. As it looked like they were about to escape, the ground in front of her began to shake. A geyser of stone and dirt erupted before her, blocking the road through the swamps. Nightingale came to a screeching halt as the lich worm emerged, its massive bulk striking against pillars and bookshelves and filling the space with debris. Alana cackled madly from the monster's back, her body covered with dirt and her eyes bulging wide.
None of you are leaving.
She screamed. The worm bellowed alongside her, its screeches painfully high-pitched. Do a screech, Josh.
Your corpses will rot here for all of time.
Besides Nightingale, Zephyr straightened, drawing his scavenged sword. We've got you out in the open, without your traps. You've given up every advantage, monster. He charged, his companions at his side. And now you will pay.
So I thought the lynchworm wanted to eat us, so why are we going to rot here?
As it's poop.
Guess what? When you're yelling threats, you don't worry about semantics. Like, is that what your retort was going to be? I'm going to kill you. Yeah, but
So, Anne, does that
actually,
mean you're
nobody cares.
anti-semantic?
You're stupid. You're just stupid.
The amount of processes she needed for that.
You can see the buffering going,
Yeah.
like the buffering wheel. The party has reunited, and it feels so good. All unselectable adventurers are now unselectable. What? Oh, are no longer unselectable. Before continuing, players choose the active group. Continue to boss fight the Lichworm Alana, page 286. Is it the Lichworm Alana or is it the Lichworm and Alana? Because they're two separate entities.
They've
No, they're
got
not.
married
They
now.
converged.
They're
one.
one.
This is the whole agreement. Didn't you read the story?
Because tonight is the night where two become one. Little Spice Girls.
The only thing I'm not sure. It says everyone's unselectable. Unselectable's not. So I'm assuming Remi's good now.
Yeah.
Doesn't say she was healed though, but whatever.
She's fine. They have a life pact. Is that like a life vest?
Or is that like life alert?
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you hear the sad news?
What?
Wilford Brimley died. The beatus got him. Diabetes. The diabetes guy died. It's unfortunate.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Poor Wilford Brimley. Josh, I need some magic, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abracadabra.
He just shakes.
That's all he can do.
Okay.
Ta-da! He bowed. He's done.
Okay. So, we've got the board over here. You know the big old mini? You know who that is? That's a Lichworm. That's right.
Alana's on the Lichworm.
Oh, I guess she is.
She's naked on the Lichworm too.
I mean, wouldn't you be naked on a Lichworm?
Man.
All right, so we've got the Lichworm down here. We got some blue loot. And then the four of us are up here. We've got Rook, we've got Zeke, we've got Remi, and we've got Nightingale. And then Zephyr is actually down here also. Josh, are you controlling Zephyr?
Yeah, I got Zephyr's card
Okay,
over
cool.
here.
Do you guys, could you put up the link for the
Yes.
character cards?
The gear.
Do you have the reader map?
Look at Joshua.
Oh, it's not working. At this point, I think, Joshua, you should just assume that it doesn't work to start the stream. No, the button worked. Oh, no, it didn't work. I lied. I thought the button worked. Reset my stream deck. It's the stream deck.
What is the name for the green cards? Item
Relics?
cards? Yeah, how many are you allowed to have?
Trace.
What did you replace on Remi's to get the
Your
Huff brand?
immunity to poison.
You cool with that, Ann?
I mean, it'd have been fun to talk about it.
Well, we made the executive decision for you. Okay, friendo. And hearts. All right, so behind you, across the gnarled swamp, Alana seeks to stop your escape. You don't think that you'll be able to outrun her through the mire. Alana doesn't seem like the type to let her enemies live, so it looks like you'll have to fight. You've come too far to be killed by this filthy worm, though. You won't die so easily. So win condition, can you guess what the win condition is, Ann?
Remi gets poisoned by a worm, and then Matt wins. I think Seraphine is right.
It's actually
this is
right.
What I'm going to get poisoned in.
Yeah, that's actually the win condition. I'm surprised you got that.
Just like that.
It's actually Alana is defeated. And lose condition is if we're defeated. I know, it's amazing, right?
Do you have the red revealer, Matt?
I don't have it over here. You never gave it to me. So we've got a stretch goal here. And that is Cassithus is defeated. So that's the worm. So it looks like we get a little something extra if we kill the worm. Okay, cool. Special encounter, Alana and Cassithus, Lich Worm of the Decrepit City. During this encounter, use Alana and Cassithus' initiative and intelligent combatant cards. Alana and Cassithus' figure and initiative card represent two separate combatants. When using their initiative card, Alana activates first, followed by Cassithus. Adventurers and their allies may target either combatant. If one of them is defeated, the other still activates and the figure remains on the board. If both are defeated, the figure is removed from the encounter like normal. When setting up the initiative track, place the Alana and Cassithus initiative card at the end of the initiative track. When Alana is defeated, read the following text. Zephyr, Champion of the Anointed. During this encounter, use Zephyr's initiative and combatant cards. Zephyr follows the rules of an adventurer even though he uses a combatant card. Attrition. All damage that was dealt to Alana and Cassithus during the encounter, can of worms, remain dealt to them. Joshua, do you have that damage value?
We did 50 damage to the worm.
We did 50 damage to the worm. And that means Dennis Rodman, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I can't find the revealer.
Oh no! Oh no! I don't have it, Joshua. I don't have it over here. We're not going to be able to read it. It's going to be really scary. Really scary. Scary spice. I don't have it over here. You never gave it to me. You sure it's not in the box?
I don't see it anywhere in the box.
Did you look in the box?
I did.
Are you sure you looked in the box? Josh is the man.
All right, start setting up the initiative. I'm going to go take a look at other places.
In the box. Well, why don't I just look in the box? And can you talk so I don't have to just keep saying in the box over and over again?
I need Joshua to send me the text for Gage's card. Also, Stephanie had a really good thought, but that was completely unrelated, and I'm off somewhere else. So the 50 damage that we did to the worm, that's from the last time that we fought it? Where does the 50 damage come from?
From the last time that we fought it.
And how much is the total health, or you didn't touch that?
No, I didn't touch on that yet, but the worm has 150 total health, and Alana's got 100 total health. So worm's got 100 health, and Alana's got 100 health left.
So still 200. That's a lot.
It's like 2 turns.
We got Zephyr with us this time? That's the gray mini?
Yeah, we do. I mean, all of the minis are
And
gray, Ann. Didn't the book say to transfer damage from both? It did. We actually just didn't do any damage to Alana last time. Let me see if there's a... I don't have an iPhone, but let me see if there's like a red text revealer on my phone. Red text.
Turn it to an angle. I mean, they're hard to see, but you should be able to see it.
I can't do that.
That's kind of handy to know, though, that the iPhone has something like that.
Is it in the other book? I have no idea. I could kind of read it. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but
No.
I can read it. If Josh can't find it.
I can do it. Where would it have gone? What did you
I was going to
guys
say, don't you
clean
have
up
red
last
acrylic?
time?
The mirrored stuff won't work, but
Oh yeah, this works fine, Josh. Yeah, I could do one line at a time. All right. So when facing mortality, when Alana is dealt 70 or more damage, read the following hidden text, and then we've got the blue loot on the board. So it is a. They're working on something on Android. You can manually do it by adjusting the white balance in your camera settings. I'm sure. I've got a little piece of red acrylic, so we can make this work. Twitch, you fine folks are playing as Nightingale. So you've got all of your standard gear with you, a bunch of items that you never use. You've got your Doom Break, your Ring of Blood, your Hemlock and Sear. What was that?
Ear link. Ear link.
Ear link.
Where is the link to click on so that they can bring up the image for their gear?
I already sent it.
Can you send it again so while you're talking about it in case people are coming in late? Because I see a couple of people filtering in. Why are you going to fight with me? Why are you going to fight with me?
Why do you got to interrupt me? Why does Josh have to mess up the background and not fix it?
The green screen. Behind you, Joshua.
I got it.
All right, so go check out that gear link. So you've got, your Hemlock and Sear, so your Sphere of Influence is now 6 instead of 4. You got your Doom Breaks, you get an extra SP every turn. You got your Ring of Blood, so you can heal 2 every turn. When you deal damage,
Not every turn,
that
only
is...
if you take damage.
No, deal damage. You got your Ghost Canister, because you ain't afraid of no ghost. You've got your Iridescent Spear, or staff rather, which you can use to do some pew-pewing, and most importantly, you've got your Gore Shot and your Organic Liquefy, so you'll be pew-pewing all night long. Your microphone's off. Thank you, Ruby Rod.
You're welcome.
Josh, do you even know what movie that's from?
Nope.
Let's look this element. Joshua! I'm actually surprised on that one.
I've seen that movie, but I don't.
Only once?
Yeah, I think only once.
I've seen that movie probably like 20 times. I like it.
Oh my god, would you dress up as him for Halloween?
Multipass.
I want one of you to be Ruby and the other one to be the diva.
Diva Plava Laguna?
Matthew. Yes, you can be the diva.
I could definitely rock Diva Plava
Joshua's
Laguna.
going to be Ruby.
Friends, I have a question, and you can totally answer me on Discord later if you don't want to talk about it now, but how much was your gaming table? Where did you get it from, considering getting one now?
Someone do exclamation point table? I think it's a command.
Wait. Carolina Game Tables. Yeah, product placement. So this is from Carolina Game Tables. So you can actually go check out their website. This is specifically their streamer table. So it's kind of trapezoidal, so we can face towards the camera. They do make more standard, like dining room shaped ones or living room coffee table shaped ones, stuff like that. Would you and Steph do Corbin, Dallas, and Lilu? Stephanie would probably love to dress up as Lilu. I think she actually made a comment about dressing up as Lilu for Halloween. But yeah, so check out Carolina Game Tables. They've got a bunch of different options for stuff like that. We got, what is this? Oh, maple? No, not maple. Cherry?
Cherry. So they're all made from the same hardwood, and then they're
veneered.
Veneered.
So this is a cherry veneer and the purple speed cloth.
What I liked, I think, the most about this table is that, for me, and I'm sure video games for you too, like having a family, is the lid on top. You close it up, and you can't tell that it's a gaming table. Like, it's very nice. It could be a dining room table. It's unfortunately not as durable as I was expecting, or just the veneer is not as durable as I would expect, especially for how frequently the lid is taken on and off. But the table itself is all really in great condition, and it looks very nice.
One thing, the tabletop, the inserts for the top, kind of heavy.
For this one. I think the other ones are heavy. Like more manageable and like actual sizes.
Yeah,
this one should have been like 3 pieces. They made it 2.
Yeah. So, Josh, would you Photoshop Flat Mat as like a ruby rod and then get a printout of it made?
No.
Or Lilu with her white strap outfit.
Just put an outfit on Flat Mat.
That's not fun.
I think that's more fun.
Would you dress up as one of the flight attendants from Fifth Element?
I don't remember what any of them look like, but sure. I don't care.
With the blue outfit. Really, Joshua?
It's been a while since I watched the movie.
It's been a while.
But it's such an iconic movie with iconic themes. Iconic.
I'd actually like to dress up as Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zurg. Zorg?
Yeah, I would wear that. That's fine.
Gary Oldman kills it in that movie.
They are pricey, but it's good craftsmanship. And I think that, so I was looking around stuff for I was actually looking around for new coffee tables. I think that the price is comparable with other companies. I think you're going to find that gaming tables in general, it's about what they run. They're not cheap tables. Not even cheap. They are more expensive than like a regular dining room table, and I think it's because of the they're multifunctional.
Yeah. All right. Initiative track time. Who do you think's up first?
Rook.
I'm gonna pass him to you, Josh. If you could put him in that void space over
Here?
there. Yeah, that works. First up is
Rook.
Nope, Zephyr. Next up is
Rook.
It's Rook!
Yeah.
I like how you throw them at Joshua like Joshua throws things at you. So you were just bound and determined to knock everything off the board.
Next up is
Remi.
It's Remi.
So there's a second Rook card. You don't know.
Oh, Wormwood's making an affordable table? That's good, because Wormwood's table that we saw was literally your firstborn child.
It was really pretty, though.
It was beautiful. It was
this
just
one is only a coffee table.
coffee
As opposed
table.
to like our stream table is like a big dining room table. Like it would fit.
But they were
we
making
could
Purple
probably
Heart
fit,
tables.
like-
Purple Heart's very expensive, too. Yeah.
We should make a table in your shop.
We could. Who's next?
Zeke.
Nightingale.
I can't even.
Next up is
Zeke.
It's Zeke. And then last up is
Rook!
Alana and Cass at this.
I mean, wasn't she supposed to be last?
But no,
anyway?
this is good. That means that everyone can go do damage and then and get into flanking position, and then Zeke can go and just lay the smack down.
So what you want is everybody to do the work. You want to come in and do the last point of damage with flanking and take the credit for everything. Is
I
that what I heard?
guarantee you I'm going to do more damage than the rest of you combined.
If you hit.
Okay. I did think of you guys when I saw the Purple Heart listing. I mean, Purple Heart is really pretty. I actually got a big slab of Purple Heart, and I'm going to make a lamp out of it. I'm making a lamp. I love lamp. I love lamp.
So but Matt, you bring up a good point. Before we start moving, in order to give Twitch a little bit of time, and Chatterner kind of made me think of this too, before we start moving, we should probably plan. I hate your face. So can you be in a bad mood?
Josh, help me.
This is the face that Stephanie makes that she says the cats do.
When they sniff each other's buttholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a way to give you guys credit with Carolina for selling the table so hard?
If there's a comment section, just leave it in there.
Yeah.
It'd be appreciated. Appreciated.
And I hope so when we sell things, I don't like to be a pushy salesman. Like I said, I think, well, it's the same things like with our spotlights in our games, right? Like there's pros and cons to everything. One, the gaming tables are really expensive. Two, I think that the veneer should be more durable for the amount of times that you take the tabletop off and on. I mean, we do it regularly, multiple times a week. So
we're
maybe
very
we
regular.
use it.
Matt
The
drinks
tabletop
his
is
prune
heavy,
juice.
but it's good quality. It's very pretty. It looks nice. Like you can't tell if you put it in the dining room table.
If you put it in your dining room table.
The cup holders are
Heard
nice.
you like tables
I like
in
the
your
cup
tables.
holders. And the feet are adjustable for streaming for this one. Yeah, the plates were nice to sit there and veto. You guys are ridiculous.
What? Oh.
I think that some of our viewers put things in quotes just because they knew I was going to review it to veto stuff. They're like, I wonder how far I can push this before Ann says no.
Oh, no. We talked them down before they sent it in. I was a contributor to one for a stream way back, and it looked good. None of mine were vetoed because Murex Bob, you know how to walk the line.
I think we vetoed a word out of one.
Was it butthole?
Yeah, they were.
It was the Stumpy one.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. So Twitch, as Anne was trying to say before, and then she got lost down a tangent of talking about something, which often happens with Anne. So there, you guys are all the way over here. So you're playing as Remi, or Nightingale, geez. You're playing as Nightingale, so you might want to start thinking about strategically what you want to do when it comes around to your turn. You've got a couple of rounds before it gets to you. But more than likely, Brooke's going to run in a little bit further down past the monster. Zephyr is probably going to go stand in its face. I have no idea what Anne's going to do with Remi. I want to go in and give it the old shanky, but realistically, you've just got this tree in your way of line of sight. So more than likely, if you just take a couple of steps that way, 2 hops this time, then you can pew-pew it from a safe distance. Right?
Right. When you're right, you're always right.
And you're always right. All right, so Zephyr, that's Josh.
Can I have a SP token, please, Matt?
You can, Joshua. Thank you so much for asking politely.
All right. So Sphere has 6 movement.
Yes.
So he can get in there and attack.
He sure can.
Ooh. I don't have enough SP for that. I guess run forward.
You could get in his face and stab if you want. That's up to you. You do attack with 2 red dice, which is actually pretty good. But you could do the pew-pew with the gore shot.
So I think Severe's going to run in. He has 6 movement.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. And then I guess I'll attack with the Anointed Blade.
Anointed!
I have Mage Breaker, so I could really...
Oh, I'm sorry. Before you do anything, I want to review the monsters.
Yep.
We didn't do that before. Thank you, Anne, for reminding me. All
You're
right.
welcome.
So Alana here has symbiotic... Oh, she's the corrupted nymph.
Sounds dirty.
Symbiotic relationship. Alana and Cassius have
You guys make
colossal
gross
and
noises.
immunity poison. Condemn. Paralyze. Alana and Cassius use the burrowed token to represent when they are burrowed. While not burrowed, each time Alana is attacked, she will counter with a ranged attack 6, follow-up push X, where X is equal to the damage dealt, and force 12. So when she's not burrowed, she retaliates.
Yep.
She's got Hemlock and Sear, so Sphere of Influence of 6. And she's got Gloomy Domain, which is opponents may not reduce the SP cost of disciplines. So then she's got, is Alana burrowed? She will do she actually moves if she's burrowed. And then if Alana is underneath an opponent, she deals a purple die of damage. And if there's an opponent in Sphere of Influence and Alana is not burrowed, she casts a spell 6, prioritizing the opponent who is adjacent with to the most figures. She's got 100 health, 15 defense, purple die of movement, essentially, because that's the only time she moves, 0 armor, and her combat dice are 2 reds and a black. She's got a red casting die, and her conviction is a green and a blue, so she's pretty beefy. Then we've got the worm, who is Cassius. So Gloomy Domain affects infection? What? What's infection?
The status? Did it say it gave it status?
Gloomy Domain. Opponents may not reduce the SP cost of disciplines. Oh, their infection ability. Reduce the SP cost of a standard action. So, no, it's your disciplines that you can't reduce the cost of. So, if you had something that reduced the cost of your spells, it wouldn't take effect.
My barrier is...
Yeah, that's a great example, is your barrier, where your text is if you cast it on someone other than yourself, it reduces the SP cost by 1,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work with that, so you would always have to spend an SP.
Yep.
Good question. So Cassius has buried. While burrowed, Alana and Cassius ignore all figures in non-obstructing terrain during movement. Also, while burrowed, Alana and Cassius have resistance damage and cannot be flanked, but may not make break attacks. Oh. They both have resistance damage.
There goes your
burrowed.
flanked.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay.
So Alana and Cassius have resistance damage and cannot be flanked, but may not make break attacks. So it's only when it's burrowed, Anne, that it can't be flanked. Confusing pheromones. While not burrowed, opponents within Cassius' sphere of influence may not leave its sphere of influence during a move action. So then it's got Is it burrowed? If yes, it's going to move towards the most opponents. Is Castus burrowed and underneath an opponent? It makes some attacky-tackies. Is Castus not burrowed? It moves and makes some attacky-tackies. Otherwise, burrow. So he's got 150 health, 13 defense, 4 movement, 0 armor. Its combat dice is a blue, a gray, and a black. It's got a conviction of a green and a red, and it can't cast because it's a worm.
This is interesting. So this is going to be a little 3D-ish, kind of, right? Because it's going to be moving around in the subterranean?
That's correct. So every once in a while... Oh, yeah, you weren't here for the first fight. So every other turn, it gets replaced with this burrow marker, and it's going to make it more difficult to hit it. And
hit it and quit it?
But that's a better opportunity for us to hit Alana because she doesn't retaliate.
How much health does the worm have?
150. So what we did last time, it actually got 50. 100, rather, I'm sorry, because it had 50 of damage. So what we did last time, and strategy-wise, was we attacked the worm when it was above ground, and we attacked Alana when it was below ground.
We finished the worm off in one turn.
Can we do the rest of this stream where the burrow token is just over your face?
Except obstructing terrain. So tree, it can't burrow under the tree because the roots run deep. Right?
Sure.
Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns? Cool. Let's continue then.
Matt, can you actually move me one closer this way?
Which way?
Towards me.
Towards you?
Yeah.
Why?
No,
that's obstructing terrain.
That's obstructing terrain. Damn it. I want to.
Can you scooch the camera over so that there's more white space on Matt's side? Yeah. Yep, thank you.
Okay. I was trying to get us not to stand next to each other for the worm burrow and stuff. Okay. I'm gonna attack, which I attack with a green and a red die.
A Hyundai?
Green and a Hyundai.
Here's Zephyr. Do you want to put Zephyr's card up there just because he's kind of new? Like, what do you have that's special with Zephyr? I mean, I know we have the link again with all this detail, but...
Not for you. So he's got a Resolute Mind ability, which is he starts with 4 heal tokens. So you can actually use those to heal, not just have them sit on your character card and then die, like some people do.
Oh, my God. I'm trying. I hate you. I'm leaving.
So those heal tokens heal 6 damage each. 0 SP ability Zealot Drive, which is exhaust. Zephyr may re-roll a die when he... all dice rolled, rather, when it misses an attack or fails a conviction. It's got a From the Grave ability, so he can bring people back, just not himself. 2 SP ability, which is his standard attack. And then 3 SP is Mage Breaker, so when determining damage, roll the opponent's casting die and add the number rolled as physical damage. So what are you doing, Josh?
I'm attacking the worm. I rolled a 10, which is a miss.
You're just doing your normal attack, right?
Normal attack.
Okay. So you rolled a 10, that's a miss. But
so I'm going to use my ability.
You can keep rolling.
I rolled a 9 this time.
How's your cookie?
Oh, no.
So I missed again.
Okay, so you suck.
Yep.
Cool. So that's the end of Zephyr's turn. It's now...
Rook's turn.
What Rook gonna do?
Rook first gets to give someone courage. I'll give you courage, Matt.
Yeah.
I'll give you courage.
Thanks, friendo.
All right.
I'm feeling courageous.
I'm not going to give Barry to anyone because it's going to spend my SP for it.
Who's Barry?
I'm going to move 8 spaces closer.
All right. And you ignore the terrain stuff, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Is that where I want to go?
If you go a little bit further, then I can actually go in and hit it.
What is the goal here? Like, do we want to be adjacent? Do we want to be ranged? What's the best strategy?
We want to kill it.
You're dumb and I hate you.
Do I get a break attack from both of them if I...
Yes. I mean, you could go here and then do that instead.
I don't know. I'm just curious. I want to do counters and stuff.
Okay. So I think we do want to...
What's important about avoiding being next to each other?
It's when they burrow and he pops back up under the most people or something like that?
That's correct. So while he's burrowed, if they go underneath you, then they pop up and they do damage to you. So we actually... And actually, it's a reach 2 from where it's at.
So it has an area of effect if he comes back up from the burrow. So you don't want to be clustered because when it comes up from the burrow, then it's going to attack you and everybody around you.
Nice job of describing that, Anne.
I'm gonna do break attacks, Matt.
Oh, really? You've never done that before.
I'm gonna spend an extra SP to move 2 more spaces.
Okay,
I guess.
so you're gonna start here.
And they're gonna attack.
And they're gonna attack. So first up is Alana, I'm assuming.
Sure.
So she's going to attack with 2 reds and a black. What's your defense, Jersey Bear?
My defense.
Your defense?
My defense is 12.
It depends. Josh, can you fix the panda bot?
I'm looking at it.
Stop looking at scantily clad airline stewardesses.
No.
What kind of cookie are you eating, Ann?
White chocolate chip macadamia.
Oh my God, I hate you. That's the best cookie. That really is the best cookie.
It really, really is.
So
it really is. It's so good.
I'm so jelly.
I need to get milk.
Milk? What kind of milk?
Dice bot's kind of broken at the moment.
Why?
Apparently, I didn't read the certificate. I didn't realize it was done.
Oh, we lost the website?
I have to update the SSL certificate for it.
What does that mean, Josh?
The site's not secure at the moment.
What does SSL mean?
I don't remember the acronym. We're going to have to manually roll for this.
So chat doesn't
Something
get
secure layers.
So chat doesn't get to roll tonight?
I will start working on fixing it, but it's going to take me a few minutes to do it.
Oh, okay. So how has Disney been doing since the reopening? I don't know. So in the meantime, I am going to roll for everyone.
Oh, that's poopy.
Josh is fixing
so,
it now.
the whole dice spot?
Yeah.
You said it's going to take an hour to do it. So is it not going to be done this instant?
So I don't know what chapter. What chapter are we on, Josh?
Chapter
Matthew, you
3?
literally have the book.
I don't know how to read, okay?
Chapters. What page are we on?
287.
Yeah.
Josh, what's your defense?
12.
They rolled 12.
Okay.
So Alana gets for every 2 books plus 3 physical damage. Okay. So 1, 2. So plus 3 damage, and then she's got a star, so that's inflict poison and disease.
Well, she hit 6 damage.
Yes.
I have 6 armor.
Wait, why 6 damage?
You said 2 sets of books, right?
She has 1 set of books.
Oh, so 3 damage?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't do anything, and it's a follow-up poison.
It's a follow-up, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna counter. That ignores.
Because follow-up is only when it does damage.
Follow-up is if it doesn't get interrupted.
Oh, okay.
And it does damage.
Gotcha.
Or it does hit.
So you can interrupt it with a counter.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's the difference between follow-up and then.
And then.
He can't interrupt a then with a counter, but
and then
as I've learned from sitting here for 10 minutes, as Joshua goes into this freaking counter loop, like I could just come back later.
I
rolled an 11.
And then she has 15 defense, Joshua.
Ugh. Okay. I don't do anything then.
Now the worm's going to attack you. So a black, a gray, and a blue. They rolled a 12.
So they just hit.
The worm has a book is plus 1 damage. She's going to do 3 damage.
Matthew.
Yes.
Shadner brought up a good point. Doesn't she counter whenever she's attacked with a ranged?
Yes. So I guess she countered back now?
Yeah.
So we're in a counter loop now.
Yeah.
Okay. Good point. So
I feel like I told you, right? Like,
so what did the worm do?
Favorite thing to do.
Let's just take care of the worm real quick.
Counter loops.
It hit, but it did what? 3 damage?
It hit and it did 2 damage.
My armor doesn't do any. Like I ignore it.
It also will heal 3 as a follow-up.
I gotta counter it.
Okay.
I rolled a 10.
You did nothing.
Okay.
Because it has 13 defense.
Now we'll have Alana.
So Alana's attacking you with a range 6 attack. and it hits you for 15.
Okay, so that beats me by 3.
And then she rolled 2 sets of books, so then that does an additional 6 damage to it.
So 9 damage totals.
Yes.
After I reduce my damage, it's 3 damage total. Okay.
All right, so do a Force 12 check.
Is it a follow-up or?
Yes.
I will counter. I have a counter. I could still counter when taking damage.
Okay, so you take 3 damage and then you get countered.
I rolled a 14.
What are you using again, Joshua? Since that's special, what are you using to counter
I'm
when you
using
take
my
damage?
ancient full plate.
All right, so you did not hit.
Okay.
She's going to counter now.
Yeah.
Is that 14 your roll and you didn't hit? I thought the defense was 13.
15. The worm
15
is 13. She rolled 6.
Okay. Oh, we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Does that mean you can even hit? You rolled 2 7s. Like, is that your attack?
I can roll 2 8s.
That's the 7 and an 8 and an 8 and an 8. That's the only way you're going to hit her.
Stars also give me +1 to my roll.
You're not making your case any better.
It's the wording is always. So whenever she gets attacked.
All right, and then I'm going to use... Oh, you move 1 more space, Matt?
Sorry, it's each time Alana's attacked, she will counter. You're going to move 1 more. Oh, yeah, you move. Where?
Yeah.
Where are you moving to? Here?
Yeah, just there's fine.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my shield
Okay.
on the worm. Oh, I rolled 4 books.
So what does that mean?
Nothing. I did nothing. I get to put a Nemesis token on something. I'm going to put it on Alana.
Why Alana?
Because it gives +1 to all rolls against Alana
Oh, okay.
from everyone. So
You don't want to try and kill the worm first?
I think we're going to kill the worm fine.
Okay.
We have to take out Alana, though.
That's true. Okay. So let me clear the dice, but... Oh, did you fix it?
No, you can clear the dice. Our dice are working because it's not using the
okay.
thing.
All right, so next up
Is
it
the burrowing ability specifically attached to the worm? So, like, if we take him out first, then the burrowing ability goes away?
Yep.
Yes. All right, so Anne, it is your turn.
Well, I got a macadamia nut. Okay. It's been a while since I played Remi.
The most expensive nut.
Could you hit that mini for 1 second so that I can see the spaces on the other side of it? Okay. And I don't want to be... I have to be. There's nowhere I can be where I'm not adjacent to... So put me diagonally adjacent to Zephyr. Thanks,
Where?
Joshua. This is like all
I
of the
can't
times
see.
when you leave your character in the doorway.
Where? I can't see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You talk about
6.
this space here, Anne?
Sorry, Matt. Could you move the mini again?
You talking about this space here?
My
Yeah.
vantage point. I can't. To the left one.
Here?
Yes.
Why there?
Can I reach there? Can I attack through friendlies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Then put me there. Like, where's easier to make it? Is that hindering terrain?
This is impassable terrain, and then this is hindering terrain here.
So that's more spaces. And I only have 6 spaces. I ignore, but it doesn't matter. I have 3. I have the Puff brand now, which haste is 1 additional SP, right?
Yeah.
So I have 4 SP. I'm going to use 1 for movement,
What's your movement?
which gives me 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You have to spend an additional SP to go here.
Yeah, so I can't get. It's easier for me to get to that space than it is to get behind him, right?
The stars.
What's this orange area?
The stars.
Yeah.
The kind of star things. It's muck. It's if you start in that when you're in that space, any skills you use that use SP cost an additional SP.
Got you.
Going through it doesn't matter. And you have 4 SP, by the way, because you have haste.
She said that.
I didn't hear
Thanks
that.
to 5 minutes ago, Joshua.
I was working on something else. I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. I mean, if you spend 3 SP, you can get into a really good spot. I doubt you want to spend that much SP, though.
To spend that much SP and not be able to attack doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So you can go...
I mean, I'm up for spending an additional SP to get to move, but I need the other 2 to at least make an attack.
You could summon your stuff.
Yeah, you can spend 2 SP and get here, and you'll be able to reach him. It's not ideal, but you can do it.
I could. I don't have my summon rules. It'll take me under your control and then initiative card to the back of the initiative track.
I put the burrow token where he's at so we can just visualize. Oh, thanks, Matt. That's a great idea. You're welcome. My name's Aaron. I
Josh,
forgot how to speak.
So, can you send me...
$1.
I need to know what the espers, the level 1 and 2 espers are.
Yeah, give me a second.
The Espa.
It's actually not a bad idea. So, I haven't gotten to play... Remi's been out of the game for a while, so I forgot that the way that I was building her is a summon build. So she has summoning, which means I can gain summon tokens equal to my highest level assemblage discipline, right? If I flip my summoning ability. Then I can spend a number of those tokens equal to a total loyal Esper's cost to spawn them within the sphere of influence. The Esper's level may not exceed your highest level assemblage discipline, which mine is 2. And the way that that summon works is I think that they just immediately go back to the end of the initiative track, and then they have a command combatant card that they run with. And I think it's the sword, the little sword dude.
That's one of them. And then there's like the other one is the status stuff. The sword guy does more damage if that's what you want.
Yeah. Is he level 1 or 2?
He's a level 1.
So let's do that. Let's flip summoning. That'll give me 2 tokens.
You also have
then I
your
wanna immediately-
book.
Dream map.
Yeah. So I also have the Badman's Book of Baddies, which is choose a level 1 or 2 level 2 Esper, place their figure under your control within Sphere of Influence, and add their initiative card to the back of the initiative track. So I can summon more things. But I think that I think the rules state, if I remember correctly, that I can only have 1 summoned creature on the board at the same time.
Okay.
I want to make sure that I do.
The do?
I
Yes.
just sent you the cards, Ann.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I do what I can.
Does it say on the cards how that's supposed to work?
No, I would have to
yeah,
look in the book.
Bag of garbage. Matt, do you have the rule book, or is it Josh got the rule book?
Josh has it.
I can grab it. Okay. Matt, you want to look at for the summoning? It's, I think, at the back.
I don't know what you need me to look up.
Just summoning rules. That's what she's looking for.
Summoning is on page 68. Summoning familiars. Familiars are a unique discipline and assemblage that allows an adventurer to summon and maintain a small creature that gives them a constant benefit. Once chosen, a familiar cannot be changed until the end of a crawl scenario or adventure. If playing with the epic dungeon crawl, do not change your familiar until you complete the last scenario. Conduct summoning. The conduction summoning discipline allows an adventurer to physically change their body into another creature. This grants the adventurer access to many varied abilities. Are you conduction summoning, Anne?
No.
Espers. An adventurer can use the summoning discipline to spawn a loyal Esper combatant to fight with them. Depending on a summoner's level, they may summon a wider selection of loyal Espers. An adventurer may only summon a loyal Esper whose level is equal to or lower than their highest level assemblage discipline. Loyal Espers have a cost listed on their command combatant card. This is the amount of summoner tokens it costs to spawn that Esper. These tokens may only be spent when paying the cost of spawning an Esper. On top of simply just discarding the tokens to use them, the adventurer must also spend 1 SP for each summoner token discarded. Once summoned, a loyal Esper is placed on the board within the summoner's sphere of influence, and their initiative card is added to the back of the initiative track. Loyal Espers come into play with 3 SP. During their first turn, they do not gain an SP, but thereafter they gain SP as normal. If defeated, Loyal Espers are removed from the game board like any other combatant. Does that answer your question, Anne?
Yes, it answers all of my questions. Thank you. Matt, you do not need to move me close enough to hit. You can... Attack is 1 SP or 2?
Dose.
2.
Yeah, I don't want to spend that additional SP to move. Because I want to summon.
Solman?
Yeah.
Solman.
Matt, can you request a die again?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's working.
6. Hindering terrain is 1 to move into, 2 to move out of.
That is correct, Anne.
Okay, so where can you move me around nearby Zephyr where I'm out of the way for other adventurers, but in a position where if I need to move to attack next round, I can. And I need to be within 4 spaces of the thing.
Here's good.
I need to be, is that as far as I can go, or can I go?
You can go here instead, so you'll be 1 space closer.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Corner to corner is in the burrow hole. To the top right and like by Rook, there are those icons that look like flowers. What are those?
Hindrance terrain.
1, 2. Is there impassable terrain between me and the flower bed next to the sphere?
This is impassable terrain.
No, other direction.
No.
If you went diagonally.
What do you mean, yes?
I thought the spot next to Severe is impassable.
Yeah, she said in between her and Zephyr.
Oh, okay.
That's on the opposite side of Zephyr.
No. Between me and the... No. What I said was between me and the flower bed nearby, next to Zephyr.
Oh. This...
Can I spawn my Esper on that flower bed?
No, because you don't have line of sight.
If she went around the tree the other way, would she be able to spawn?
1, 2,
My
3,
SOI is
4,
4.
5, 6. No. Her sphere of influence isn't anywhere near close enough. Unless she spawned it on this flower bed, which is still adjacent. So you can move here.
In front of Rook?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you move
1,
this
2,
window?
3. Yeah, put me there. That's good. Let's do that. Put me there.
So you're starting, that's a muck terrain, so next turn you'll have to spend additional SP to activate your standard abilities.
Oh, then no, never mind. Leave me where I'm at. And then I still have SOI there. I wish I could get behind
Just
it,
space
because
back.
I think that if I could get my Esper behind it, it would give flanking.
I get flanking no matter where it's at.
Which Esper are you summoning, Ann?
Well, and I guess it's Nightingale's next.
It's not actually
Does the
burrow
burrow
right now.
count as blocking line of sight? But my SOI is only 4, so I can't get to the other side of the burrow.
If he moved 1 space closer, you could.
I would only spend 1 SP, so 1 to move, 1 SP to move an extra. I still have 2, 1 to summon. No, that's fine. Yeah, move me, but I need Nightingale and Zeke have to be able to get through without me blocking them. Move me 1 down and 1 over and spawn the Esper on the... No, that I don't have line of sight there. Whatever. Move me 1 down. Spawn the Esper on the flower bed on the other side.
Okay.
You still have another SP in.
If you could use that, if you could just use that to get out of my way, that would be super fine.
I finished my move action. I don't...
You could have done it. You could have moved somewhere else.
I literally just asked you that, and Matt's response was banging his head against the table aggressively.
I don't think I banged my head at all. I just put my head on the table.
What if I moved to the right and behind Saphir, where you guys wanted to put me initially?
Yeah, you could go there.
Does that satisfy all of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do that. Then bang your head against the table extra hard. No, you don't want him there. Do you want him there? Is that adjacent for?
Yeah.
You don't. You.
That's Matt just needs someone next to it. He doesn't care who.
There's
Where.
already
Okay, that's fine.
like 85 people next to it.
Now it's flanking with Sahir, and it's also be flanking with you.
Can you move that window, please, Josh?
I thought I got rid of that window.
You did.
There's a second window.
And then did you put the swords and thing at the end?
No, he's doing it now.
Okay.
That's not at the end. There is other elevations, so it drops down over here where the loot is. So Shadowrunner's making a point here. This is all the same elevation. Then it starts to go down here with stairs, and then there's a final elevation down here where the loot is.
Okay.
So now it is Nightingale's turn. Nightingale, what do you want to do? Is it pew pew time?
Pew pew pew.
Pew 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 pew.
While I was having the world's best analysis paralysis, did I see that you fixed it?
Yeah, welcome to 10 minutes ago, Ann. Oh, burn!
Doom brick.
Dream map. I mean, Doom map. I mean, Doom break. All right, so they have 4 SP now. So they get a free movement too, right? Oh no, they still get a free movement. So they can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and be in 1, 2, 3, 4 within the sphere of influence.
What's Alana's? She has 6 or 4?
6.
All right, so no matter where they go, they're gonna get targeted.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can move there.
Okay.
And then pew pew pew. Actually, I'm sorry. There's 4 pews.
4 pews for 4 SP.
So pew number 1. Let's get a casty cast going.
Oh, who are they pew pewing?
I'm assuming the worm because otherwise Alana's going to counterattack them each time they hit.
That's when they cast a spell as well. It should be only when they attack.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, they said
each time Alana is attacked, she will counter.
But they want to kill the worm.
They want to do the worm. Can you
See
do
if
the
we
worm?
can kill the worm before it burrows.
I would like that. Can you do the worm, Josh?
No.
All right. So.
And can you do the worm?
I totally could, but I'm not going to on stream. But if we did like one of those fundraisers, could we videotape you doing the worm on the floor?
Yeah, I'd say I'd do it for $20. Josh, how about you?
Record it
Sure.
and make it a new alert video?
Yeah, we could do that. How much for Josh to try to do the worm? $20 for all of Twist Gaming to do the worm.
We do it live on stream or we're
Wait a second.
pre-recording
How
this.
did you add me onto here when I literally said I was not doing this on camera?
Pre-record. Do the worm. What about eat the worm at the bottom of the mezcal bottle? I'm not a tequila person. So what is Twitch attacking with? I don't even know what they need to roll. They need to roll. What's their casty cast? Casty cast is green, so they're gonna roll a green, and then the worm.
I want to see Josh do the truffle shuffle.
Josh, do the truffle shuffle.
I don't know how to do truffle shuffle.
When you just shake your tummy.
My sister can do it. It's fantastic.
You have to lift your shirt up.
Oh, we're good.
So they rolled an 11 for theirs.
Who rolled 11 for what?
Nightingale rolled an 11 for their casting.
They only roll one die.
Right. 5 plus 6 is 11.
Oh, sorry.
And the worm rolled 14 for our defense. Our casting die is a red. Oh, shit, you're right.
You
I'm
have to
sorry.
forgive Joshua. He went to the math school of Anne.
Okay, so Nick's the second green die should have just been 1, and then...
So you're saying it's a 12?
Yes. They rolled a 12 for the worm's conviction. We'll just say that that's the worm's conviction. This next red die is their roll.
Okay.
Sorry, it was confusing me. They
Use it
rolled
all of us.
a...
4.
Okay, so they missed.
They could use their dress to re-roll it.
They could use their dress to re-roll it.
12's not too hard to beat.
12 is not hard to beat. So I'd say this is a good one for their dress. So they exhaust it. They exhaust it. All right, that's exhausting. So remember that they have a 12, Joshua. Joshua, remember the 12.
12.
Remember the 12.
Not the 7. Umbrella Academy.
Huh?
There were 7 of them.
What? Oh, Jesus.
There were the 4 again.
Okay. So they missed. So we're going to do the worm now.
Here you go, gang.
Thank you. Well, when are, I
Can we
guess...
do a time loop video where it goes back and forwards?
I mean, we can try. So this is a pre-recorded worm
Okay.
that we're doing.
We're going to green screen ourselves onto the screen?
Yeah.
Can we all, like, worm across
Like
the
a
screen?
boomer. You want to
Yeah.
do a boomerang?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
And when do you want to film
That's a
that
good
video
idea.
that you need to film for work? Because you could just do the worm then. It can be part of your
No.
work video.
We're not putting it in my...
Boom
worming.
worming. I get it. So they missed. So they can technically tap their spear here, right?
To get a counter on it if they want to do that. Unless they want to spend that spell.
I think it's probably a good idea to get that counter on the spear, no?
It's up to chat.
I know it's up to chat, but I'm saying I think it's a good idea, Joshua.
It's not a bad idea.
I think it's a good idea. What do you think, Ann? You know what we're talking about. Ann's never played this game before. Ann doesn't even know what her name is.
Bob.
I knew she was gonna say Bob. I knew it.
It's the name she goes to all the time.
Yeah, give us a counter. All right, so it's counter time. It's Biggest Loser time. It's Biggest Loser time. It's Daddy's favorite show. It's Daddy's favorite show. All right, so they have a counter. The red and green die that are up first are for the worm's conviction. The second red die is for their pew pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Easy as 1, 2, 2. So it's a 7 versus an 11.
Hit.
So they hit. So that was their second SP. So then they're going to take a damage, and they're going to do 5 damage. So Mr. Worm's getting 5 more damage. And you know what that means, Josh?
They pew again?
They're pew again! Mas pew, por favor. Donde está la biblioteca?
How many counters can they have
terrible.
on their
3?
thingy?
What?
On their thingy.
What was your question again?
How many counters can they have?
As many as they want.
I thought there was like 3 or something was the limit.
No.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think there's a max.
They rolled a
Doesn't say that there's a max.
12 versus a 9.
Where do you see 9?
Put the thing up in my
Oh,
face.
oh,
I want
oh.
to read it.
Oh, you have it backwards. It says exhaust. When determining the force of a spell, tokens on this card may be used to add +1 to your roll. Exhaust. When you fail to affect a target with a spell, add 1 SP token. Limit 3. See?
Oh. Definitely doesn't say that there's a limit.
I didn't say
Okay.
that. Didn't say there was a limit.
So this is their last pew pew?
This is their last PPO. The last of the pew-pews.
Unless they do ambitious.
Unless they do ambitious. They could do ambitious.
Why are you always? You already took your turn as Rook. You just want them to use ambitious so you can get your SP. You're terrible. You're terrible. Terrible.
That's a
Putting my
17.
cookies away now.
Yeah, they're fine.
I'm exercising self-control. Woo.
Ambitious and teamwork
Self-care
reviews. So
together.
everyone gets 1 SP.
Okay. This is the only time man exercises. All right, so they get 2 SP, and then they're gonna. I don't know about you.
Can I have another SP token, please?
But I'm feeling pew pew pew.
No.
What's the text on ambitious say?
Nightingale's commanding personality makes her a natural leader. All other allies gain 1 SP. Nightingale gains 2 SP.
13.
My
versus
brain
14.
went to weird places after thinking Taylor Swift, and then I was thinking Taylor Lautner, and then I remembered a story I read about how Shark Boy and Lava Girl was being remade. Well, they're getting a sequel.
Cool story, bro.
I am assuming they're using the ring to heal the 2 damage that they took.
Yes. You would assume correctly. You know what happens when you assume? Make an ass out of Umi.
And she's a very nice girl.
Very nice girl. They win!
They win.
All right, so they're going to lose 1 health in Toto,
Toto.
and then they do
more
another
damage?
5 damage. So they're up. They did 15 damage to Mr. Worm this turn.
Okay.
Cassithus, dominated Worm.
And how much health does he have left?
And what's
Well,
150 minus
15 is-
65? 85.
Can you do 85 damage in a turn?
I might be able to.
I mean, Twitch does have a bunch of, like, SP gaining items. They could just, like...
I have a few also.
Drink
I might
juice?
be able to do this. Is it my turn now?
if Twitch doesn't want to drink their juice and do more.
Twitch, you want to drink your juice? No matter what you do, Twitch only wants to
15
drink their
damage to the
juice.
worm was pretty good considering we haven't done damage elsewhere. I think
good.
that that's not a bad idea.
All right, so they say they good. I'm going to go now. I'm going to flip my haste core. I don't
Wanna
get
go
the
fast?
SP now.
No, you don't get it now.
I am going to get a haste, so if you can throw me a haste token. I'm going to spend some movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Go there. Spend my SP. And I am going to attack.
Tap the worm!
I'm going to tap my blade works, and I'm going to do that. It's wormin' time! All right, Josh. Ready?
Worm it.
I rolled a 9.
Good job.
Well, I get plus stuff, right?
You get +2 for flanking.
Okay.
+2 or plus... Yeah, +2.
Yeah.
Or is it +3?
I don't know. You have the book. No matter what you do.
I don't think that helps, though.
I mean, 3 more is 3 more, Joshua.
Can you reroll dice?
I don't know.
+3 for backstab. Thank you.
No.
So you're at a 12.
And he's got 13 defense. Are you serial? Since I want to keep my
Can
courage.
you re-roll your dice pool?
No, Josh just asked that, but you know. I'm gonna spend my fortune cookie.
No, it's +2. It's +2 to
Oh,
roll.
it's +2?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm at 11. I'm going to spend my fortune cookie. I'm going to roll a white die.
I'll buy you.
I rolled a
The
2.
white die winning?
Jeez. I rolled the lowest, one of the lowest possible things that I can get. So I rolled 13 in total. So I match him.
You match him.
Okay. So I do
Good.
+5 for flanking, right?
Yeah, for your backstab.
You know what would have been nice if someone would put the Nemesis token on him, but no. So I'm doing 5 damage right now.
You get 1 for your book.
That's it.
6 damage.
That was a shit turn. Okay, let's try this again.
85 points.
Well, now it's 79, Ann. But you know.
Counting's hard.
I'm going to spend 2 SP and I'm going to attack again. Wow, really, Matt? Really?
What'd you roll?
10.
You miss. It's a swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss, so I lose courage.
I got speed though.
I'm going to use my fight drive. And I'm going to attack again. What the fuck's wrong with me today? I rolled a 12.
+2 is a 14, so you beat it by 1.
No. Oh yeah, beat it by 1.
Yes, beat it by 1.
Sorry, I thought it had 12.
+5, so you're at 16. Or for
Okay.
6 damage.
And then I get +1 for each shield, which is 1. So I do 1 additional damage.
7 damage.
Okay. 5, 6, 7. All right. I'm going to tap my quick and die. And I'm going to attack. Wow.
8.
What the fuck is wrong with my rolls today? All right. I miss. That's the end of my turn. I'm rolling poo-poo caca right now. Doo-doo poo-poo caca. Okay. Now it is Alana and Cathis' turn. Yay! Okay, so Alana is going. Alana and Cathis. Is Alana burrowed?
No.
Probably should put that back. It's not burrowed.
It was so that I can see, yeah.
Okay, fine. Pain in my ass. Matt, did you forget?
No. I liked it when it was off because then I can see the other side.
He's going to go away in a minute.
All right.
Okay.
Is Alana burrowed?
No.
Is Alana burrowed and underneath an opponent?
No.
Is there an opponent within sphere of influence and Alana is not burrowed?
Yes.
Cast a spell 6 prioritizing the opponent who is adjacent to the most figures. Deal a separate die of red damage to the target and all figures adjacent to it.
Do we get to pick who?
Yeah.
Oh, well, technically it's you, so it doesn't matter.
Zeke.
Why?
Because you're...
Oh, I'm adjacent to the most
Are
people.
you adjacent to me?
Yeah. Diagonally adjacent. Diagonally counts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool! All right. So she is casting a spell 6 against me. So her casting die is red, so we're going to need a red die to be rolled. And my conviction is caca.
2 purples.
2 purple dice.
Oh.
I rolled 6. So I failed.
Definitely fail.
100% failed. So she is going to do a...
They rolled an 8. Does that make you feel any better?
No, it really doesn't. So they're going to do a red die of damage to me and all figures adjacent to me. So we're going to need 4 red dice to be rolled. First one's to me, then to... Let's do Rook, then Zephyr, then Remi.
Is it irreducible damage?
No.
It's magic damage, though. All right, so 4 damage to Rook.
No, first one was to me.
Oh, to you? Sorry.
8 damage to Rook. 5 damage to Zephyr.
Second.
And 4 damage to Remi.
Rook gets how much? 8?
Yes.
Down to 7 health. Remi gets how much?
4.
16. And give me a health for Severe.
He lost 5.
Give me 5 damage. I don't have a thing on.
Please.
Please and thank you.
All right. Okay, cool.
Anything else she does?
No, that's the end of her turn.
Okay.
All right, so now the worm's going to go. Is Cathis burrowed?
No.
Is Cathis burrowed and underneath an opponent?
No.
Is Cathis not burrowed?
Yeah.
All right. Move it to be up to reach 2 from as many opponents as possible.
It is.
Then make a separate attack against each opponent within reach 2.
So it attacks everyone.
Yeah!
Besides Nightingale.
Exactly.
Except Nightingale.
All right. So first up is going to be, let's have it do Zephyr first. Okay? Okay. So we need a gray, a blue, and a black. Pew, pew, pew.
Sphere
I don't think my sword is going to make it.
I'm going to dodge with Sphere.
Why?
Just because?
Because. Da, 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 da. Because of the wonderful things he does.
I rolled a skull. So my dodge is nothing.
Did it not pull the dice?
Yeah,
No, it did. It just looks weird for some
It
reason.
rolled really bad.
No. I had him roll the wrong die. I'm sorry. That needed to be... I had him roll a purple for the 1 instead of a blue. Can't roll a 1 on the blue die. I mean, they still rolled bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So they rolled a... No, okay, never mind. They rolled a 9 there. So 14 in total.
That beats me by 1.
Ooh, okay. And then what symbols does they have? They have 1 book, 2 books. So it's going to do 2 additional damage to you.
All right, so 3 damage.
Yep, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shields, so it heals 5 damage.
Okay. Can I have 3 damage, please?
Yep. There you go. Okay, so let's clear those out, and now it's going to attack. Well, I'll have it attack Zeke now. No, not purple. Stop it, Matt. I'm going to dodge.
You're going to duck?
Am I behind the fear?
Yes.
Am I flanking with the sword?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
So the 13.
Okay.
You're an 11.
It hits.
You get to reroll your dodges, Matt.
I do?
Yes. It's the
that's
main
right,
character's
I do.
ability.
That's Zeke's ability. Okay, I'll leave it at that. So I rolled a 1 shield.
Okay.
I do 3 damage back to it. They rolled 13 and I have 11, so I really have 12, so it's beating me by 1.
Yep.
Okay, so it's beating me by 1. It's got 1 book, so it's going to do 2 damage. I ignore the first 2 damage for physical, so it does 0 damage to me, but then it heals 2. So I still did 1 net damage to it. Okay, cool. Oh no, he's got more symbols. He heals 3, and then he does... Okay, so that's enough. It doesn't do any damage to me still. Okay. So, could Ghost Canister if you wanted? What do you mean Ghost Canister? At the end of each encounter, gain a random mundane consumable? Conviction card, upgrade teal. When an ally within sphere of influence provokes a break attack, they may dodge. Yeah, it's for break attacks. Yeah. All right, so next up, this is going to be for Rook. That's you, Josh.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Are you going to counter for a daze?
How much damage
should
do
we
you
just
take,
get comfy?
I took 0 damage.
0 damage?
Yeah.
With no counters?
I don't counter. Well, hold on. Do I want to counter? It's 1 SP to counter?
2 SP.
Oh, then no, I'm not countering.
Oh, they missed.
Oh, cool.
I can counter.
That was a nasty hit if they did hit.
Yeah, let's counter here.
You had to say something, Ann. You had to say something.
Because I can counter too. It's just you, Matt. And does the sword counter? The sword's got 3 SP. The sword could counter.
I rolled a 15.
That's a hit.
Technically a 16 because I have a star.
Okay.
So I'm beating it by
3.
3. I'm in hindrance terrain though, right?
No.
I thought I was in hindrance. Am I not?
No.
Oh, okay. So I'm beating it by 3.
Okay.
I have 2 sets of shield, so that's plus 4 damage. So 7.
Cool. Nice. All right, and then now it's going to attack Anne. This is where it swings and hits for tremendous amounts of damage.
No. Okay, I am exhausting my cloak to dodge.
That's exhausting, Anne. Well, I had to say something. It rolled a 17.
And I got
Can I even?
You have 11 defense. You rolled 2 shields, so that is 13 defense.
Wait,
she has
plus-
10 defense. 10 defense.
Oh,
Yep,
10
I have
defense,
one
I'm sorry.
more for the morbid leather.
What?
12.
Oh,
I
when
have
she's
one
getting
more
flanked, she has...
defense for the morbid leather.
Oh, gotcha.
Because she's flanking. So you're at 11, so that's
13.
13. So it's beating you by 4.
4 damage isn't bad.
Even if I rolled,
I wouldn't re-roll your dodge.
because even if I rolled all 4 shields, crap, I wouldn't be able to take 0 damage.
Well,
must I take 0 damage to use the black ticket to counter?
I think that question was directed to you.
No,
Josh.
because there's no way for you to get that high. Is there?
What's the question?
So it's
Must I not take damage?
yeah, you have to take no damage to counter
with the
yes.
black ticket.
Yes, you need to take no damage.
Okay, so it's doing 4 damage plus symbols. There are 6 books? 5 books?
6.
6 books. So it's going to do 10 damage in total to you, Anna, and then it's going to heal 3.
-2 from the morbid leather.
So 8, and then you also have 2 armor. So 6.
Not terrible. That's one heal token, which Zephyr will kindly use on his turn.
That'll be nice.
It must
be nice. It must be
nice
to have Zephyr on your side.
Circling back with that.
Yeah, I got it.
Full circle now. All right, so now, Joshua.
It didn't attack the sword yet.
Oh, I forgot about the sword.
Yeah, me to attack the sword.
How much health does Mr. Sword have?
4 health.
4 health. So
the sword's gonna die.
It has resistance physical damage.
Oh, that's nice.
And
yeah.
you get the dodge, Anne.
He rolled. I know, I rolled it. And
Ooh.
Let me talk.
You never stop.
Let me talk. I do. So he's got 4 for his dodge. He's got 2 additional from his card.
He's got 2 defense?
He's got 10 defense.
He's got 10 defense.
Oh,
yeah,
so he's
now
fine.
he's got 16 defense.
They rolled an 11.
Yep.
You're good.
Okay, I have a question.
No.
Mm-hmm.
In Zulfikar's thing, it says if the attack misses,
Yep.
Zulfikar may immediately end all actions and move up to 3 spaces and make a melee attack.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Should we have had him attack the sword first?
Why?
Would that have negated the attacks from the other players? Because
No.
it would have ended all actions.
No.
No, because he makes a separate attack.
It break attacks his
Okay.
follow-up. So if there's any follow-ups on the text, it would stop it. But there's not.
Okay. All right, so then Zulfikar is not going to move. There's no reason to move, right?
No, he's flanking.
He is flanking. His combat dice is a teal and an orange. I rolled a 14.
It's a good roll. It's got a defense of 13, right?
Yes.
It's beating it by 1.
Okay, so the book and shield combo is +1 physical damage. Does it have armor?
I don't think the worm has any armor.
No, it does not.
So you're doing 3 damage to it.
I have 2. Right, so I have 2 book and shield combos.
So 3 damage.
Yeah. I'm happy with that first sword.
Okay. So now.
Oh, wait. It gets +2 to its roll because it's flanking.
Yes.
And it gets +3 because of.
+1 for flanking.
+1 for flanking, +3. So it's at 7.
Does 7 damage?
7 damage.
That's pretty solid.
What was the +3?
From flanking. Flanking gives you +1 attack roll, +3 damage.
Damage. Okay.
All right. So who took damage from Mr. Worm?
I did.
I did.
Okay. So
No,
you didn't.
I didn't.
Everyone that took damage from Mr. Worm needs to make a Force 14 check.
It's a purple die?
Yeah, it's
Conviction.
2 purples, right? Yeah. Conviction roll. Yeah, I rolled 4.
Conviction. Do I have a conviction upgrade on Remi?
Nope.
You said 2 purple?
Yep.
Yep.
I rolled a 7, so no.
Okay, you and I are both paralyzed, Anne.
Awesome. Paralyzed is no actions or anything for a turn?
Yep.
So can I use one of my items then?
I believe
No.
not.
You believe what?
I believe not. Might take action or use abilities.
Okay, so that's neither? Because it's not an ability?
I think we had this conversation before, and we've judged that no, we shouldn't be able to use items because if you're paralyzed, you can't physically grab an item to use it. Like you're stuck. Since the
But a
spirit
lot of the
paralyzed is,
items give you actions, standard actions, like counters and dodges and stuff.
I'm talking about mainly my foaming cleanser.
Which
So
is...
remove all effects from my figure within sphere of influence.
Oh, I think you should be able to use that.
what?
It's a consumable, Anne, not a gear thing. That's
You're
what...
paralyzed. The spirit of being paralyzed is you can't reach into a bag to grab a thing to do it. Like you're.
The way you
The
rules
spirit
lawyer,
of paralyzed
Anne,
is you sit
is
out.
the worst.
Wrong button,
I'm just
Matt.
pointing that out. The way you interpret rules is awful, and I hate you for it. And I mean, just kidding. I don't know. When the hell is that in here?
Twitch says they have one.
They
And
probably
they
do.
could use it.
Yeah, they do. Okay, they could use theirs. That'd be swell.
Though
I'll still look this up.
Remi goes before them, so that doesn't really help Remi.
I mean, Anne doesn't want to break the spirit of it, so she can remain paralyzed.
Oh my God.
I mean, you using it doesn't help Remi either, so...
Matt doesn't care about that.
I don't care about that. So now it's Mr. Sword's turn. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yes.
He's going to burrow. There you go.
Is he not targetable when he's burrowed?
Oh, he's targetable. They just have resistance damage and can't be flanked. It's not in here. It's not in the index.
What's their resistance to They have resistance for physical damage?
Yep.
Yes.
Metal God has resistance to all damage or physical, or
It's
just
physical.
So just physical.
Yep.
I mean, I hit it last time,
Did you quit it as well?
and he's got onslaught, which means theoretically I could hit 3 times in a row. But I'm not going to get the bonus from flanking. The alternative is, I don't know if Zalafakar is going to make it around another round. He's got True Devotion, which means he essentially explodes and does 4 magic damage. But that's much better for an AoE because it's all adjacent figures.
Might wait one more round, Dan. Because the worm's
So
going to
just
kind of
attack
like
it
pop up
regularly for
under
now?
us. What?
So attack him regularly for now.
Yeah. You could do Onslaught if you want, but you do have 4 SP with him, so you could go twice with a regular attack.
If I miss the first time, then I can't attack again, and that's the difference between 3 and 4. And True Devotion is 0 SP. It's just my spawn token.
Yep.
Eight and 8. It was really difficult for you to hit with the 2 teal die, and the only difference between teal, both teal and orange max out at 8.
Yep.
Okay, then I think you're probably right. Let's do 2 regular attacks.
Okay.
Now I feel bad.
14. That beats it by 1.
2 book and shield combos, so that's 3.
So-
but it's
3 damage.
1 because it's resistance to physical damage, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it does
So
1
3 and a
damage. No, 2 damage. 2 damage. Round up.
It's rounded up.
Yep.
And then I missed my second one.
Okay. Matt, 2 damage to Mr. Wormy Worm.
Okay.
That's the end of Saphir's turn. Saphir's turn now. Okay. I'm going to heal Rook and Remi. Because they're both not doing well. Okay. So use those 2 heal tokens. And then I have 4 SP. Does the worm have a casting die, Matt?
What are his...
No.
No. I'm going to attack Alana with the Sphere. And I'm going to do Mage Breaker.
Mage Breaker.
So I roll a green and a red. I rolled a 9. I'm going to re-roll that. I rolled a 13. Plus 1 is a 14. That's not enough, right, Matt? It's 15 to hit her?
Yes, it's 15. You're flanking?
Can't flank.
Oh,
Or
No
I just can't flank the worm, or I can't
flanking
flank either of them.
can't flank either of them.
Can you re-roll that red die, Josh? That's a sucky roll on that red die.
Yep, nope. I had to re-roll all my dice, and that was my re-roll for both dice. Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Next up is Mr. Rook.
Rook's going to use his shield against the worm. He's going to do 4 damage against the worm, Matt. So 2 damage against the worm because of the
Okay.
stuff.
So, and you are correct. It's considered an ability to utilize anything that has the discard word.
Sorry, Matt.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure we had clarification on it.
I'm glad that you did find clarity because I know that question has come up a couple times, so I'm happy you were able to find it.
Yeah, it specifically talks about anything with these keywords here, like exhaust, passive, discard. Those are all considered abilities.
2 damage to the worm.
Mr. Worm?
Mr. Worm.
Mr. Worm.
No, I heal one at the beginning of my turn. I'll give you
Mike Jones.
Courage again, Matt.
Thank you. Who?
Do you feel more courageous because you know Josh is with you in battle? Is that where that comes from?
Yeah, boy.
So what's the worm going to do next, Matt?
He's gonna do the worm.
He's going to read War and Peace.
Oh, Alana's
make
going to
himself
move
a
the
nice
worm, right?
cup of tea.
Huh?
Alana moves the worm on her turn, right?
Yes. So they move underneath us, and then the worm
Underneath the most amount of players, right?
Yeah.
Should have had Severe move a space out of the way. Do they still get break attacks while underground?
No,
No?
they do not provoke break attacks. Oh, they still get break attacks. They don't provoke break attacks though. Oh, I'm sorry. They may not make break attacks.
Okay.
So wait, they still provoke break attacks? While burrowed, Alana and Cassidus ignore all figures and non-obstructing terrain. Also, while burrowed, Alana and Cassidus have resistance damage and cannot be flanked, but may not make break attacks.
Okay.
So you can move away from it without being
so
attacked.
they get break attacks against them, but they can't make break attacks now.
Okay, so we could break attack them too.
Yeah.
They say ignore
When
figures
they
mean no break
move-
attacks.
What happened?
It says if they ignore figures, they ignore break attacks then. That's what chat's saying.
Oh. Okay.
All right. So I'm actually going to move Saphir a step. Oh, he can't move a step.
One hop this time. Cha-cha, real smooth.
Can we move through their burrow space?
I would assume not. It's a hole. You could yeet yourself over it.
Move me next to Nightingale. Not
Remi Ma.
Remi. Yeah, I think there.
Okay.
All right, now Rook's turn. Gives you courage.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm at max SP.
Oh my god, I'm at max SP.
So he's going to try to jump on
It.
you and Remi, probably, right? Or me and you.
Probably.
I'm going to pass out a bunch of barriers.
How do you determine if there's not a clear
It's our choice.
section of 4 squares which place it goes to?
Our choice. If it per the rules is the same one way or the other, then it's our distinction.
Dun.
Dun 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 dun. And sit down.
I gave
Sit down.
everyone.
Sit down. Jump on the chair.
I'm not going to even try to attack.
That's nice.
Matt,
Yes.
does it make sense for you to really attack this round?
Yes,
Since
because
it's
I'm gonna have
burrow?
a bunch of extra SP. I'm planning on
Matt has
spending
no
enough so
time
that I
for
have full SP next round. You know what I'm saying, girl?
Should I move?
I don't know.
I don't think I need it.
Do you like to move it? Move it.
I'd like to.
Go for the loot, Josh.
Sure, I'll go for the
Can you?
All right. So you can jump down how many elevations, Josh?
I think max 2.
Okay. So this is 3 to 1. That's 2.
I think so. You have the book, so.
Here, you take the book.
other book,
I don't.
other book.
I don't want to be in charge of this responsibility, Joshua. 2. Shadowner says 2.
Okay.
I'm taking that for gospel. So you're gonna jump down here. What's
Okay.
your movement, Josh?
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'll activate the loot.
Okay. Blue loot. You see something amongst the rubble left in Alana's wake. Gain 1 random non-consumable uncommon item.
Consumable.
Non-consumable uncommon item.
Oh, we get an uncommon item.
Non-consumable uncommon item. You okay there, buddy?
I'm very confused.
Gain 1 random non-consumable uncommon item.
Okay, so we get like a weapon or something random.
Yeah. I guess. The Wormslayer sword.
So just like an uncommon relic or something. Not a unique, but just uncommon.
Yes. You good there, Home Slice?
I think I got it.
Okay. Unfortunately, creatures from inside the library spot you as you go to grab it. Spawn 1 gatekeeper on the southeast corner of tile UM40. Then place 6 poppets on 6 unoccupied spaces as close as possible to the gatekeeper.
Really? Matt, pick like a. Tell me to stop somewhere.
Go slower. Stop. No, one to your left.
This one?
Yeah.
I don't understand why you guys gotta touch things. Why haven't you learned the lesson? Don't touch things. We don't get more baddies.
Necklace of Immortality. Passive. When you would be defeated by an opponent, roll the black die. On 3 books, remain in play and heal 1. On 4 books, remain in play and heal 3. Hey, we need to give this to Anne.
Yes. You can take back the haste, and I'll take the Ankh.
Joshua! We need a gatekeeper!
Gatekeeper, bring
Make
me a gate.
Find me a gate.
Roll a black die, Matt.
Make me a gate.
Good Build me a gate.
Bill Gates?
Build me a Bill Gates.
That was kind of weird.
Was a little weird.
I don't
We spend
like
too much time
that.
together.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
6 poppets is going to be painful. Yup. But you know them. Go play.
Well,
go
4
touch
books,
the
so it's going to
shiny
go
stuff.
right after me, Matt. Did I pass you there? No, I took the card.
That goes there. And then this goes away. And then get a poppet here and a poppet there and a poppet here and a poppet there. Poppet there and a poppet there. And there's a lot of fucking poppets.
Oh, so they're all next to me, within 2 spaces, too.
Good. You had to go touch it.
Lots of fucking poppets.
I mean, technically, you have the Ankh in your hand right now, so you could re-equip it and then.
Yeah, I equipped it.
I came in with my Ankh in my hand.
Be cool.
Is that how a song goes?
I don't know.
Would you say that the item is mystical, Joshua?
It's an item.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dog. All right. So the gatekeeper goes now, Josh?
Yep.
I believe, Matthew, this would be a watch yourself situation.
Chickity check yourself before you wreck yourself, Josh. All right. Wow, this is a bad situation that we got into, Josh. All right, so all poppets move up to 2 spaces towards the nearest opponent. So you can technically share a space with multiple poppets then?
Yeah,
Boop.
I guess.
So you've got 3 poppets underneath you, Home Slice. Oh no, that's elevation change there. So Mr. Sword's actually okay.
Yep.
You, on the other hand, my friend.
I'm not.
So if you move, Joshua, you're gonna get 6 magical damage.
Oh, yay.
It sucks to be you. It sucks to be you. Hey, Josh.
Yep.
Is there an opponent adjacent?
No.
Is there an opponent that shares a space with a poppet?
Yes, there is. Many, many puppets.
Okay, so she's going to cast a spell 6 against you. So she's going to roll a green die. Joshua, what's your defense? Your conviction, rather.
I roll a green and a purple die.
Okay. I hope you roll well. Okay. So
I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't.
Is there anything you can do to re-roll that, Joshua?
Nope.
Nothing? No?
Nope.
Okay. How much health do you have?
14. How much damage does it do?
3 green dice.
3.
1 for each poppet. $16 damage.
Well, I mean, you are getting to play 2 characters today.
Yep, I'm dead.
Not anymore. Well, Zephyr can bring him back.
Good.
Yeah.
From outer space.
Just came in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. Like somebody kicked your dog, that's why you're looking so down. And wear so much makeup that sometimes she looks like a clown. Go on now, go.
You know, my makeup is all at Josh's house.
Is it because Josh wears it?
Yes. We have this similar skin tone, can't you tell?
Yes.
Now we do, man. I'm pasty.
All right. Now it is the end of the gatekeeper's turn. Right? Right. So Rook goes off the board. And it is now whose turn, Josh? My turn. Just chat. No. I don't know
Remi's
how you
turn.
did the. Oh, I see what you did there. Remi, can you guys use your foaming cleanser on me? I'd appreciate it. Be nice. Hey, Josh needs to curl his eyelashes, and then just like everyone else. Now and then, just like everyone else.
I think you put the emphasis on the wrong part of the
syllable.
sentence.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's Remi's turn, not Nightingale's turn.
Oh, okay.
Which she doesn't do anything. She just gets rid of paralyzed.
Gotcha. Now it's Nightingale's turn. Chat was saying that they were going to use their foaming cleanser on me. So thanks, guys. I love you.
Do they have bomb or no?
They do not have any bomb.
They are the bomb.
Thebomb.com, to be honest.
We throw foam in Zeke's face. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Okay. So then they are going to use their
Doom break.
dream map.
Doom break.
Doom break.
No, you have to say doom break the right way, Matt.
Doom break.
Lame.
This is how Anne reads stories. Doom break. All right. So
I did voices.
Yeah.
I did emotions.
Sure you did. All right. So they're good. They are going to what? Do you guys want to pew on OL worm? What is OL worm? Oh, organic liquefy. You don't want to do that.
What?
Why?
Oh, never mind. You do want to do that. I'm thinking of something different. All right. So you can do that organic. I didn't break that doom. I misread the card. Never mind. So they're going to pew and then OL worm. So pew worm first. Let's have them roll.
I want to know what the worm's conviction is.
Worm's conviction is a green and a red. So, in all honesty, you'd probably be better off just doing 3 pews instead of 1 organic liquefy.
I think.
Now, Alana, she's got a blue and a green. So if you're able to break through her defenses, you do a lot of damage. So, first, let's get the pew out of the way. Pew, 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 pew. Right, Josh?
Pew, pew, pew. My heart goes zoom, zoom, zoom.
Oh, my God. Zoom, zoom, zoom. My heart go boom, boom. My supernova girl.
They do it with pew, pew, though.
Oh my God.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. And doesn't know what's going on. All right, so they actually beat it.
Yep.
Okay, so they're going to do 5 damage.
They're tapping the ring so they get their health back to max.
Okay. Coolio. Gangster's Paradise.
So if we kill the worm, Alana's stuck burrowed.
I think she would resurface.
I don't know. I mean,
I knew you were going to say something, Ann.
Can we just like fill the hole up with dirt and just bury her alive?
Yes.
in the spirit of the game, I feel like she's crushed.
I mean, there
under
is
the weight
tech to
of
say when the
dirt
worm's
from the
defeated, so
hull.
she might jump up. Or jump down.
Jump up, and jump down.
Does she need to make a check to see if she can jump up that high? Is there an elevation?
No, it burrows just under the surface. So they wanted to OL the worm still.
I guess.
That's the last I heard. So let's have them roly-poly-oly.
It's been a while since I've
It's
seen
been a
Twitch do
while.
the organic liquefy.
It's been a while.
Yeah, that.
It's been a while. They
I don't know what
rolled.
my hair's doing over here.
Wow, they rolled pretty good. So 10 for the worm's conviction, and they rolled a 9 for their own, plus 6.
Okay.
So they're fine. They beat it. So then they re-roll? How does this work? Organic liquefy
Oh, it's whatever they rolled.
equal to the number rolled using the target's 2 best conviction die.
So it does 10 damage.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, but they don't take any damage, which is nice. Okay, so health check. The worm has 103 damage to him, so we need to do 47 more.
Okay. So does it make Twitches out of SP, right?
Twitch is out of SP.
So they could use their free movement to take a couple steps back, so when the worm moves forward, they'll get Aura of Hate.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
Back and down up, y'all.
Two hops this time.
It was very cute how you guys did that.
Back it up.
Left.
Left. Okay, so it's my turn?
Yes.
It's my turn.
That's not as cute.
Go up to max SP. Gonna go there, do that. Stuff and things. Happening in the pants. Okay. So I'm gonna attack with Dream Map. Tap Blade works.
Dream.
Oh, it is not 2 red die. It is a red and a green. How does a 13 sound, Joshua?
Just hits.
All right. So 13.
Plus your symbols.
Plus my symbols. So plus 4.
Okay.
So it does 4 damage.
Yep.
But then divided by 2.
Yep. So 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay. Is this what it feels like to be you guys?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to spend 2 SP.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack. I rolled an 8.
That doesn't do anything.
Are you sure?
Yep. You lose your courage.
Ah!
Alana has
I'm
Nemesis.
sorry. I did another damage against it. Should I have attacked Alana? No, I shouldn't have. I did another 2 damage because of my symbols. Okay. So, I'm sorry, another 1 damage because of my symbols. Because it's divided by 2.
Doesn't your star give you like magic damage or something with your thing?
No, it's just 3. Oh, it does do 3 magic damage on one of them. Okay, hold up a second.
So you did 5 damage total. You should have done 5.
Okay, cool. Done.
Nightingale, to be fair, is usually the MVP in this game. Like, she comes in with these magic blasts. You think, like, with magic player, like, not as strong? Like, she definitely is MVP.
Do you think she uses finger pistols to shoot off her gore shots?
100%. Actually, toe pistols.
Toe pistols.
Yeah.
That sounds really gross.
She sits down on the ground and points her big toes and goes, pew, 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 pew. And that's how she attacks.
Through her shoes?
No, she takes off her shoes.
Does she wear sandals?
Okay.
Pecan Sandies. Yeah.
Crocs?
Yeah, she sticks her toe.
God, no.
Yeah, she sticks her big toe out of one of the holes in the Crocs.
Ah.
That's the aura of hate right there, is the croc.
Yeah. It's the aura of hate. Or should I be attacking Alana right now? No, I don't
No,
want to
just attack the worm.
Just
Get the worm out.
All right, I'm going to do one more attack.
Once the worm's gone.
13.
That just hits.
I'm going to do 1 damage.
1 damage.
Okay. Do that. Cool. We need to do 41 more damage to it.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
All right.
Is
No,
that the
it's
end?
the worm's.
Hold on. Is that the end of my turn? I'm going to spend an SP to move. There.
Okay.
Because then he's going to go forward and... Oh, no. I'll go here so that I'm not in range 2. Yeah? Yeah. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Gore shot is like a tiny nick of blood turned into a bullet. So they have an ingrown toenail, and they use that to shoot the blood out of their ingrown toenail.
Okay.
That's how it works, right?
What if it's just a bloody nose?
So they're just like, That could work. All right, so now it is... Whose turn, Josh?
The worms.
No.
Alana's.
Yes.
Who's part of the worm?
I guess. Is Alana burrowed?
Yes.
Move a purple die number of spaces towards the most opponents, moving underneath as many opponents as possible. So, Joshua, roll a purple die.
I'll have chat roll the purple die.
Chat, roll a purple die. What, Anne? What's so funny?
The state.
I knew you were going to say that. She's going to say that.
Roll the 2.
And what are you drinking?
Milk.
What kind of milk?
2%, like a human being.
Not whole milk?
No, it's gross.
How is that gross? Is Alana burrowed and underneath an opponent?
Yes.
Cast a spell 6 against all figures
Yes.
on the burrowed token. Okay, so she's going to cast...
Wait, how did she wind up underneath of me?
Because she only could move 2 spaces, and she tried to go nearest as many opponents as possible. So that was 2 spaces directly forward and underneath you. Okay, cool. They cast a 4. And what's your conviction? Did you roll, or did you just sit there with your hand over your mouth?
Aura of Hate, by the way, Matt.
Exhaustion. What is Aura of Hate? 3 magic damage.
3 damage to both of them.
Oh, that's nice.
And rolled at 8, but you have 2 books, so that's a 10. So you match,
Yeah.
which means you lose.
You're a dickhead, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
I thought she beat it at first, and I'm like, no, wait, that's a match, so you lose. Was not my
I can't
intention.
reroll, and because I rolled terribly on my conviction die. Wait. Can I reroll my conviction die? No.
Nope.
Nair.
So what happens? That she failed?
She's going to take a red die of magic damage.
7 magic damage, and
So is Zephyr.
Great.
should have had Saphir move more.
It sucks to be you. It
I
sucks
should
to
have not
be.
been paralyzed. That's what should have happened.
Maybe if you didn't suck on your roll.
Oh,
Oh,
I hate you.
Oh, snap. Birdie.
Saphir has 1 health left at the moment.
Okay. He's fine. Now it's Mr. Sword's turn. Oh, no. Now
No,
it's the other guy's turn. Cool. All right, so now it's Casteth's turn. Is Casteth's burrowed?
Yep.
Move it towards the most opponents, moving to be underneath as many as possible. It's got a movement of 4. So he's going to go boop, boop, and be underneath both y'all.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, good.
All right. Is Casteth's burrowed and underneath an opponent?
Yep.
Move each figure on the burrow token into the nearest unoccupied space, then replace the burrow token with Casteth's figure and make a separate attack against each opponent currently within reach 2. So you're going to go there.
Is it a melee attack?
It is a melee attack.
Okay.
All right. So let's have it attack Zephyr first, and then Nightingale.
Saphir will dodge.
Remi. Boop, boop, boop.
Is Nightingale adjacent now?
No. Nightingale's nowhere near adjacent. Remi's adjacent. Is that what you meant?
No, from my vantage point, it's hard to see how close Nightingale is to the...
They rolled a 15, Joshua.
That beats me by 2. Oh, I have 1 shield, so that beats me by 1.
Is there anything you could do about that, or? You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me check my stuff and things. Okay.
Am I still paralyzed?
No.
Okay.
There's that. Okay.
If he dies, then I lose my flanking. Can we have him attack me first, please?
Yeah, you can take this roll short.
That makes sense that we would go first because she gets the +1 defense for flanking.
Okay.
That does make sense.
Okay.
All right,
be
so
safe
Anne, what's your defense?
Why
did you move yourself into
11 and I'm
That's where I
dodging.
should have been. That's not-
Into obstructed terrain?
that's obstructed?
That's why it's got a red box around it.
I can't see.
Maybe it's like I moved you into the right box in the first place. All right, so Anne, you rolled 2 shields. What's your defense in toto?
13.
Okay, so they have a 15, so it's beating you by 2. So 2 damage, +3 for the star, +1 for each book. So that's 4. So it's going to do 4 damage plus beating you by 2, so 6 damage to you, Anne.
-2 goes back down to 4.
Okay, and then he's got 6 shields, so he's going to heal 6 damage. Okay.
Okay.
Now he's going to attack Saphir. Boop up, boop up, boop up. Booda doo doo doo. Booda booda booda. Roll your defense, Josh. Booda,
I did.
booda, booda.
I was going to use the same one I used last time.
Booda booda booda. Booda doo 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 doo. How about 19, Joshua?
That hits.
I think you exploded.
Yep.
Okay.
I think I took the right hit.
Okay, so he rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 shields. So he heals 4 damage.
Yep.
Okay. Cool! I mean, at least the initiative track isn't as crowded anymore.
Sure.
It's okay, Josh. Don't cry. All right, so now, why don't you move Flat Mat over so that way it's not blocking the initiative track?
He's pointing to the initiative track.
Well, he's in front of it. There you go. It doesn't really help when you angle it because it's a 2-dimensional figure. So then he just becomes...
He's losing weight.
Yeah, sure. All right, so it is now Mr. Sword's turn. And what's Mr. Sword going to do?
So I have 3 SP right. Oh, how much SP does he gain per turn?
Standard 3.
Okay. He. Blech.
Blark.
Reduced physical damage, but he doesn't. Where did I see that it said that he has flight? There he goes. Yeah, he's got flight. So we could spend 1. I don't want to do True Devotion because it's all adjacent, and then that would really hurt. So
I mean, you can
we're gonna
make it
spend
so it's not
1,
adjacent to you.
What?
Can't you make it so he's not adjacent to you?
I don't think so, right? Because it's impassable
yeah, it's all
terrain
impassable.
around the right. It would have to come through me, and he's got a movement of.
You could
4.
blow up the gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper, gatekeeper, make me a gate.
Doesn't help, but you could.
It's only 4 magic damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not blowing up anybody, buddy. Could you move up 4 spaces, Matt? And then we're going to attack the worm.
No, I can only move you up 3 spaces, Ann.
I hate you.
Whoa.
It's an 11.
Oh.
My orange roll was a poop.
Wow, that was a poopy doopy roll. It's got 13 defense,
Yeah.
so you do nothing.
Yeah. I tried.
Nothing else with your SP?
That she moved and attacked. That was actually a 3 SP.
Is your name Anne? All right, so
I moved an attack. It's all my turn.
it's now the Gatekeeper's turn. So, Joshua, all Papas are going to move 2 spaces towards the closest opponent. 2, 3.
Is that how the stairs work, Matt?
Do they have to go up the stairs?
Oh, no, you're right. That's not how the stairs work.
It's a big pile of poppets.
Yeah. All right.
Can you double up poppets?
Yep. That's how I died.
Oh.
Nothing that says you can't. All right, so Joshua, is there an opponent adjacent?
No.
Is there an opponent that shares a space with the poppet?
No?
Can it move and put an opponent within sphere of influence?
No.
I don't think so.
It's got a movement of 6. No.
1, 2,
I gotta get all the way
3,
up the
4,
stairs.
5, 6. It can't. It put Zeke in sphere of influence.
I'm
No.
behind impassable terrain,
Oh.
so it's not going to do anything.
Okay. It's just gonna stay down there.
Yep.
I got a cool item.
You did. And you
Died for it.
You died. All right, so now it is Remy's turn. Remy, what you gonna do
What you gonna do?
with all
Did
that
I
junk?
gain SP from my last turn?
Yes, you did. You'll be at max SP.
You're at max now. So, and you could move to be opposite Mr. Sword, and then you'll be flanking.
I'm going to provoke a break attack, though, right?
Yes.
Unless you fly.
Oh, I could do flight.
You could also fly.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, so yes, spend 2 movement, which will bring me back to 3. Do I want to do that?
Yes.
Be flanking. Oh, pop some of those juice boxes you've been hoarding. Yes, I have
You don't
juice
have
boxes.
any juice boxes, Ann.
Ha
What did you steal from me?
Nothing. I got 2 planks and a pager.
Aren't you happy you've hoarded all those planks, Ann?
And
I feel like I had a lot more consumables, and I feel like you reshuffled around my consumables.
let's see if Justice has any that you might have taken. I think she does. Twitch has like all the consumables.
Yeah. You could also just take the rest of your turn. Wink, wink.
Justice had 1 juice box on her
I
if
hate
you
you.
would like it.
I'll
take it.
She's gonna drink that juice box. So what does she heal, Josh?
3.
What does that bring her up to now, Josh?
I am okay with that. 8.
Is
My
your
name's
name
not
Josh?
I am going to move. I'm flanking. I'm going to attack. Regular melee. So my dice pool is 2 teal and a black. Gosh, this is going to be rough.
$11.
I am going to
2 for flank, right? Or is it
exhaust
1?
what?
It's +1 for flank,
plus
2 for
1
flank,
2 for
backstab.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to exhaust hammer helm.
Okay.
I'm going to re-roll that 4.
Okay.
That gives me an 13.
13 meets 13. And you get +1 for
Plus
flanking.
1 is 14.
Yep, so you're beating it by 1. What do you get for symbols?
Okay, this one. So for each group of 2 shields, which I have 2 because I also had to roll the black die, it's +3 physical damage.
So 6 damage.
Yep.
All
Plus the flanking damage.
right. Oh, yeah, +2 for flanking. It's 2 for no, it's 3 for flanking.
If an
right?
attack. Okay,
Joshua.
so
I believe so.
sorry, do that
double
again.
checking.
All right, so 13, it ties. You get +1 for flanking, so you're beating it by 1. Your symbols give you +6, so you're beating, that's 7 damage, +3 for flanking, so that's 10. You do 10 damage.
13, 14. I thought I get +1 for flanking.
I already said that.
Okay, but so what did you say his defense is? I get a bonus if it exceeds it by 2.
You don't. It's +1. I mean, you're beating it by 1.
Okay. Bear with me.
You also
Okay,
heal
I'll put
1
other
because you
stuff.
did damage during the opponent.
Is Aaron the bear that's with you?
What?
You said there's a bear with you. Is that Aaron?
Bear with me.
Yeah. Is that Aaron?
I hate you. I'm going to exhaust.
Oh, you get +1 for
my-
hammer helm also, Ann?
+1 physical damage, not a plus to the roll.
Okay, so that's, yes, +1 damage. So
Yeah.
it does 11 damage.
If an attack you make exceeds an opponent's defense by more than 2.
Yeah.
That's the attack.
No,
No,
then I
the
do
attack
do
roll.
that.
Hammer helm is +1 damage. That is not your attack.
Right?
It's your roll.
Okay, but it doesn't say my roll. It just says attack.
That's
attack
your
is your
attack.
roll. Your attack roll.
Okay, so we're going to exhaust my Zimbato.
Okay.
We're going to do additional damage by the difference of which I hit, which is 1 more.
Okay.
That or you attack Alana if you want.
Or
And then she's going to get a
Yeah.
counter attack against her.
yeah, I got 9 health. For my poleaxe, I can swap places with my target and roll the black die. Deal 1 physical damage per shield rolled.
No, don't do that. Because then it puts it next to Twitch, and then Twitch is going to be in range of getting hurt. Oh, it's colossal. You can't even do that. It's too big.
Oh.
If fat.
Okay. So I did 2. 2 to hit. I have 1 more SP. You have the ability to deal additional damage with that. I guess I bank it.
Okay. So now it's Nightingale's turn. Nightingale's going to go up to 4 SP. They're going to roll their black die. And are we talking some pew-pews here? Are we talking organic liquefy? What are we talking about, folks? So health-wise, the giant worm has 114 damage. So that means you need to do 46 damage to it. So I'm seeing 4 pews. They keep their Doom map.
Break.
So they're going to roll red and then a green and a red. So first red is theirs. Second red is for the conviction of Mr. Worm. 36. Did I math wrong? Yeah, I mathed wrong. 36. And they rolled. All right, so they rolled a 9 against the worm's 12. So they miss, but they can tap their spear, so they get another token on it.
Wait.
What?
Okay. Yeah.
What am I waiting for?
You switched how the dice rolls are sometimes.
Yeah.
So sometimes the first 2 are for the worm and the other one, so I was very confused.
I do it to keep you on your toes and make sure that you're paying attention. All right, so dat math. So first one, okay, so now I'm going to change it up again just to confuse Josh. First red is for the worm. Second red is for you.
Okay.
And you know what's going on? What?
A red die. I'm going to die. That's what's going on.
What's new? All right, so first roll was for the worm. Okay, so they rolled terribly again. So it is a 12 against a 9. So they miss. Let's do it one more time. First red is for them. Second red is for the worm. You okay there, Josh?
No.
And dies at least twice an episode.
I died twice this episode.
All right, so look, it couldn't have changed no matter what they rolled.
Either or.
But they still failed.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do it one last time.
Did they roll for their Doom Break yet?
They did. They keep it.
Okay.
Their dream map.
Dream map.
Dream map. I'm the map. I'm the mat. 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 Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. All right, so they failed again. Okay, so they missed every single one of these. That was a bad turn. That damn worm. All right, so that's the end of Twitch's turn. And what a lovely turn it was.
Do they have any cool items that they can use, maybe?
They have their Hyper Energy HP Potion, which is an ally within Sphere of Influence, heals 3 and gains 1 SP. I'm sure Anne would love that.
Well, and we'll go up to full SP. Do they have any juice boxes to use on them?
She gets 4 SP per turn?
Yeah, she has haste.
Oh.
I haste.
They have 4 juice boxes, but it needs to be an adjacent opponent.
Oh, adjacent?
Yeah. They can use their Bottled Blessing, which is an ally within Sphere of Influence may heal 3. So, Bottled Blessing is probably a good thing here. Throw a juice box at random.
What are the alternatives for Bottled Blessing? Like, what's the sacrifice?
Reroll any dice you just rolled, or gain 1 SP. Sure, Bottled Blessing. All right, so Anne, you're going to heal 3 from Bottled Blessing.
Thank you.
What's your max SP, Anne? I mean health. Jeez.
Are you sure? Is sure that's where you wanted to land on that?
You want to be nicer because maybe I'm thinking about giving you some
I
help?
don't know because 20... 20?
20, yes.
20? And she's at 12 now? Okay. So it's my turn. I'm going to spend 1 SP to move up into the Worm's Grill. Up here. So, and I'm going to give you 2 bottled blessings. I mean, juice boxes.
Thank you.
So you heal 6.
Thank you so much. I'm back in the game, guys. I'm back in the fight.
All right. Now I'm going to tap my Blade Works, and I was going to attack. All right. Where's dice?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Oh, they're right next to me.
Are they right in front of you and underneath of you?
Yeah, they were. Does Remi still have a heal token to use? I don't think she had any. Zephyr had the heal tokens, and then he died. Why am I rolling so atrociously
I'll use
today?
some different dice.
Well, I asked you where the dice was. And you're like, I don't know.
They're all in front of you.
You said, I don't know.
I think the other one's in the corner.
So
Not that far.
So how come you know now where the dice are, Joshua?
Ha!
Josh, these are your favorite dice. They're red and green.
Okay, so I rolled a 10. I get +2 for flanking, right?
Yep.
And if only someone put the Nemesis token on the worm. Huh. I'm going to spend 2 SP to attack. All right, slightly better. So I rolled a 14. So I'm
16.
flanking, so I get 16. So I'm beating it by 2. I get another +2.
16, you're beating it by 3. You get another +2.
Yeah. It's kind of what it
Then
said.
another 5. No, you said you're beating it by 2.
I'm beating
plus
it
another.
by at least 2, so
I
I,
know,
get
but
another
you
2.
I needed to know what you were beating it by first. So you're at 10.
I'm doing 10 damage right now. Okay, so I'm doing another +2 from my symbols.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take that star, and I'm going to use it to gain an SP.
Okay.
Okay,
To
so
attack again.
I'm doing 11 damage, Josh?
12.
12? Okay. And I'm going to
So that
attack.
brings it down to 24.
Sure. I'm going to attack again. Here we go. All right, so I rolled a 15.
+2, so that's 17.
So beating it by 4, plus
2, plus another 5.
It's 11.
11.
Symbols, another +2.
13.
So I'm doing 13 damage. 10,
So it means it has 11 health left.
13. So let me just double check my math here. No, it has 11 health left.
What did I just say?
I don't know.
Can
Wasn't
you
listening.
do anything more?
Yes. I am going to use my hangover elixir and activate my blade works again.
Okay. What's that let you do?
Reuse one of my abilities that cost 3 SP or less.
Okay.
I think Hangover Elixir is so appropriate for Zeke's character.
All right. I rolled a 13, Josh.
13 plus 2
15.
plus 2 plus 5, so that's 9.
Plus symbols, I do 2 damage.
It's 11.
You just killed it?
I killed it. We get loot.
It did. Woohoo!
I'm the loot.
Good job.
I'm the loot. I'm the loot. I'm the loot.
That almost makes up for your garbage rolls before.
Almost. What we get, Josh?
So now she
12
can't
gold.
burrow anymore, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
All right, so when Cathysis is defeated, read the following text. The worm retches, spewing inky liquid in all directions before collapsing. It spatters in your eyes, blurring your vision. Through the awful goo, you notice a small object lying on the ground, vomited up in the dark liquid. All figures except Alana within range 8 are inflicted with darkness. The adventurer who defeated him gains 1 random rare relic.
A random rare.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But we get darkness. We all have
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Josh likes to wear women's depends.
You just need 1.
Size 11.
Why?
Because Twitch gets it too, don't they?
Yeah.
I thought it was only Jason. And then I remembered what you said.
What is darkness?
Darkness is -1 defense, and you may not dodge.
Great.
You know who is immune to darkness?
Rook.
Yep.
You know what Rook's not immune from?
Death.
Yep. You having some trouble there, Josh?
Just working on it.
All right, so that is the end of my turn. 'Cause I don't think I could do anything
now
else.
it's Alana's turn.
Yeah. Yep, it's Alana's turn. All right. So Alana, is she burrowed?
Nope.
Is she burrowed and underneath an opponent?
Nope.
Is there an opponent within sphere
Nope.
of influence?
Yes.
Cast a spell 6, prioritizing the opponent who is adjacent to the most figures. Deal a separate red die of magic damage to the target and all figures adjacent to it. So, Anne, what's your conviction with Remi?
Slightly better than
2
yours.
purple.
How is that slightly better than mine?
Do you have a conviction upgrade?
No.
She has the cloak, which gives her +1 for book rolled.
Oh, okay. So, Anne, it's going to attack you. Roll your conviction, home slice.
9.
You rolled a 9.
+2 books.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's an 11. So she needs to roll less than 5.
Do you want to pick?
Sure.
What die is she rolling for her casting?
Red.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna die.
Oh, she rolled a 5. That's unfortunate. All right. So she's going to do a red die of magic damage to you. And
Hey,
all...
wait.
What?
Wait.
What?
Should we have Alana hit the sword?
No, it has
no.
to be the person adjacent to the most people. So you and I are adjacent to each other. Sword's not adjacent to anyone.
Oh.
That's cool.
What do you get?
I got liar's dice. She rolled a 3. So, Anne, you and I are taking 3 damage.
I thought it was roll for 8.
Oh,
Roll 1 for...
And it just says take a roll a red die, and that person the target gets magic damage, and all figures adjacent to it also.
Okay.
Deal red die of magic damage to the target and all figures adjacent to it.
Okay.
Look, I got liar's dice. So once per encounter, after rolling for any reason, I can choose the result of 1 die.
That's really cool.
I like that. I can dig it. All right, so that's the end of her turn.
Okay. So she's just... You guys want to kind of just space out a little bit so you're not...
Yeah, pretty much.
Does magic attack, can I use counter a magic attack?
No.
No.
Doesn't matter, I took damage. Never mind.
Either way, no. All right, so now it is Mr. Sword's turn. Mr. Sword!
Yes! So, her defense is a 15, right?
15, yes. Yep. You are flanking, so you're going to get +1 to the roll result, and she has a nemesis token, so you get +1 to the roll result as well.
So he's got teal and an orange, so my maximum roll is 16, because each die go up to 8.
Okay. I mean, is he just not going to attack?
What?
Would he not attack?
My alternative is to blow him up for 4 points of magic
I mean, you
damage.
could attack first and then blow him up.
That's true. Let's do that.
No,
Okay.
don't.
He's also
So-
there for flanking.
Don't blow him up. He's there for flanking, but more importantly, if we space out, then you can use him to take the hit.
For magic.
So you could have her
Okay.
attack him. So he can just be a meat shield.
Okay.
The sword can be a shield.
Okay. Should I do? He's got 3 points. He's got 3 stamina points. He's got 2 different kinds of attacks. He's got a regular serrated edge attack or an onslaught. Let's do onslaught. So we're going to use all 3. It's going to be 10. Nope.
Okay, so you do nothing. Do you attack
I
again?
do nothing.
Or no?
No.
No.
You save 1
It's
SP?
a follow-up.
Or that was all your SP?
That was on my SP.
Okay.
Okay.
So now it is the Gatekeeper's turn. She's not going to do anything. Now it's Remi's turn. Remi, it's going to provoke a break attack, but can you move 1 space to your left? Peas and carrots? Or your right? So that way we're not adjacent to each other.
I had 1 SP. I have haste. I get 4. That puts me at 5.
Oh, you can fly technically.
Oh, the gatekeeper does nothing
which
because
is
we're
used.
all away.
I already said that
I didn't hear that. Sorry.
like 5 minutes ago.
What is her attack on a break attack?
You even acknowledged that I said it.
We didn't.
You did. Her attack
2
on
red dice and a black die.
Like physical damage?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She hits hard. I would recommend just flying. Did you okay?
She broke.
Well, if I have 5 points now. If I move regularly, then I can attack twice.
Each time you attack, you're also going to get counterattacked.
Well, if she attacks from ranged, she won't get countered.
Why?
Because does Alana have reach too?
If she has a ranged counterattack.
Oh, it's a ranged counterattack? Sorry.
Yeah.
What's the ranged counterattack? Is it worse?
It's 6. It's the same. It's range 6, but it's her same thing where it's 2 red dice and a black dice. And she actually has the potential to push you away by the amount of damage that she does.
So she could just attack and then get pushed away by it. And then she would be away.
That's true also. Yeah. So you could stay where you're at, and then if you hit, you get knocked back, and then you don't have to worry about being adjacent.
I don't have to move first, so I can attack first, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah. And then if she counterattacks and makes you move backwards, then that works out too.
All right, so then let's do that first. So 2 teal and a black. Oh, that was lovely. So I missed my first roll, and I'm going to re-roll all of that.
Can't you hammer helmet?
That's what she's...
Yeah, I just did.
Oh, okay. All right, so that is a 12. You are flanking, so you get +1. She's got a nemesis, so she has +1. So that's 14, which isn't enough. Unless you've got anything else that gives you plus to your rolls.
No.
All right, so you miss. Attack number 2. That 8 was nice.
I miss.
All right. And you can't fly out of the way now. That's okay, because I might get hit and get pushed back on my turn.
Well,
right?
You could
that's
also
fine.
move,
Set
too.
me back. Because either I'm going to die next turn, or I can try and die now and counter. I have 15 health. Set me back once.
Why? I missed. Why would you step back now?
It'll provoke a break attack.
Yeah.
If I don't take damage, I have quite a few ways to counter, and I have quite a few dodges.
You can't dodge right now because you're inflicted with darkness.
Never mind. Just leave me. All right, fine.
So now it is Nightingale's turn. So 4 SP. She rolls her black die. Is it pew pew time? Pew pew?
Pew, pew, pew.
Make my heart go wee wee. Wee wee wee. Chosen one. Chosen one. Organic liquefy would be swanky here. You do have 2 tokens on your spear to spend for it. So you could potentially do a buttload of damage. Well, actually, you know what? They should do Gore Shot first.
Yeah.
Because then if they
token.
miss, then they get another token to potentially try and pew pew real hard with organic liquefy.
Here's the thing. What they roll for their spell?
Red.
What's the max on a red? A 9?
Yes. Sure. 8?
Yeah.
9? Is it 9?
9.
It's 9. Yeah.
9.
The
So
9.
15 is the max,
Okay.
which is 3 gore shots. Oh, they would have 3 tokens, so it'd be 18 the max for what they could, because they have to beat their whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So it's their max is what the max damage that could happen to her.
Gotcha. So it makes more sense to do the gore shot. That's kind of what you're saying?
I think it makes more sense to.
Oh, yeah. Can't tap then remove it. When did I It doesn't say you.
No, you can just remove
No,
them
you can
whenever.
remove it. You don't have to exhaust it to remove it.
But I think they're going to be more consistent with
Gore
get
shot.
more consistent damage with Gore Shot.
Gore shotting.
Gore Shot. They could also use the spell on their spear. Is it spear?
Yeah.
Which is a green die of magic damage.
Staff, but
Staff. Spear.
they rolled a 4, which is not very good. I forgot to roll her conviction, but it's a green and a blue.
I mean, it's possible.
It's possible, not probable. Do. And they roll.
I like this gatekeeper just kind of summoned in the corner and just stood there.
Nobody puts gatekeeper in the corner. It's a good thing you died, otherwise you would have just brought it up the stairs.
Oh, no, I would hightail that out of there so I wouldn't have been in range anymore.
14, so they miss. Miss.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks for dying.
So they can get another token on Mr. Spear. Right, Josh?
Yep.
Okay, so let's try that one more time. Josh, sing the song.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
No.
Pew, pew, pew.
No, one more time.
One more time, gonna celebrate. All right.
You gonna Celebrex?
Celebrax.
Celebrate. Celebrate. Oh, they rolled a 9. So they're at 15 for theirs. And Alana has a 13. So they beat it. Yay! So, Josh, they're going to burn 1 health. And they're going to deal 5 damage.
All right.
To Alana.
All right. All right.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. And what's your favorite planet?
Mine's the sun. It's the king of all planets. What's the thing with his made of
Ooh.
barbecue spare ribs?
Hey! Oh, Jesus, so many 9s. Would you eat the boot if it was made of cheese? Or do you think the boot was made of cheese? I
No.
think the mood is made of spare ribs. I'd eat that.
It's so random. Spare ribs is such a random food for the moon to be made of.
Why is that random, man? And they... Oh, Jesus. That is
It's like
terrible.
everybody's
Thank you for the
like,
raid.
We got a
moon
raid!
cues and stuff. Oh my god.
Thank you, Board Game Quest, for the raid.
That's my favorite video. It really is. Welcome, newbies. We're playing Twitch Plays Middara right now. If you want to see what gear you guys have to play along with, go check out that link, and you can see the items that
This one
Nightingale
they want to burn
has.
tokens on the spear.
They don't have enough to do anything.
What was it?
They rolled a 15 in total, I think. I think they were 4 away.
4 away?
Yeah. And they only have 3 tokens on Mr. Spear.
Thank you for the follow.
Hey, look, there's a sideways Ann. But they've got plenty of tokens for next time.
Yeah? Was that their last one?
It was. That was.
They only
their
hit
last
once?
SP. They did only hit once.
Okay.
So not a great turn, but could be worse. It could be worse. So it's my
How
turn.
much health does she have right now?
500.
Actually, you know what? Let's pause. I know we interrupted. Matt, would you please continue? I think you were doing a good job inviting our new viewers to kind of catch up.
And Mustard.
Not Mustard.
So we are doing Twitch Plays Middara right now. So we're doing an ongoing campaign of Middara with you guys controlling the character Nightingale. So I posted the gear link. I'm going to do it again. You can go check out what gear you have. You just did your turn, but if you want to stay and watch how it's done, next turn you can tell us what you want to do on your turn. And some of our more seasoned veterans in here will be able to answer any questions that you've got, as well as probably Anne interrupting me and asking in the middle of me explaining something. I mean, Anne being polite and doing her best to explain it to all of our new friends.
I hate you, Matthew.
Do you, though?
Yeah, don't keep that inside.
Okay. So I'm going to tap my Blade Works, and I'm going to attack Joshua. Joshy Bear.
Okay.
Joshosaurus Rex. It's Cheezosaurus Rex. All right, so I rolled a 14.
14. All right, so you're beating it. You're flanking.
Yeah.
So you get +1 to roll, then you get +2 for your flank. So you're beating it by 2
Okay.
because it's 15.
Oh, yeah. So another +2.
So another +2, +5, so you're at 9.
Yeah. And then 2 shields, so +2.
So 11.
Yeah, +3 from the star. 14.
14.
11 plus 3 is 14. All right, so I'm going to do 14 damage.
How much health does she have? Before and after?
She's got 1, 2. Hold on 1 second here. That goes to there. That goes off the board. That becomes that. There. She's got 22 damage done to her, so she has 78 health left.
Including the hit you just did?
That includes the hit that I just did.
Okay.
All right, so
That's going to be a long campaign.
now she's going to attack me back because that's what she do. So
Matt, do you want to throw her card up? I know we've got a couple of new people that, and I'd like to see what the card says.
do I have to eat it and then throw it up?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
But make sure you roll on your side.
Oh, lovely. She rolled real nice there. She's got, when Alana, while not burrowed, each time Alana's attacked, she will counter with a range 6 attack. Follow up push X, where X is equal to the number of damage dealt.
I feel like she should have to follow counter rules.
Huh?
I feel like she should have to follow counter rules. Like, it's only if she takes no damage, she counters.
That's not what it says.
I know.
So they rolled a 14. How much defense do I have, Josh?
11.
11.
Did you dodge?
We're
Oh, you
playing
can't
with the
dodge.
old rule set, though. Like, did they update her card?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But we're doing the entire encounter by the old rule set. So we're not going to change it. Sorry. So I get +1 because I'm flanking her. Joshy Bear.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you're flanking with the impassable terrain behind her?
No, I'm flanking with you guys.
He doesn't care about your position.
Oh, because we're adjacent.
Yeah.
So 14, you're flanking by 1, so you're at 12. So by 2.
All right, so she's still beating me. So she's going to do 2 damage to me. Do I have any armor? I do. I have 1 armor. I reduce... No, that's only for melee attacks. That's darny. And then she's going to do... Oh, cool. I get poison and disease. Nice. And
That's nasty.
Each pair of books, which she's got 2 pairs of books, is going to do 6 damage in total. So 6 plus 2, so it's going to do 8 damage to me, minus 1, so 7 damage to me, Josh.
7, you have...
Oh, I'm sorry. I have barrier also, so I have +1 armor.
And you have 1 natural armor.
Yeah, I counted that.
Okay.
So it's going to do 6 damage to me.
Okay.
And then...
If we had just killed her first, the encounter would have been over, right?
Yes.
All right.
But I wouldn't have got my sweet loot.
Good on you.
All right, so let's clear those dice. So, Joshua, I'm going to get poisoned
Okay.
and... What did I say? Disease. So I can't heal, and I get poison damage. Super de-duper.
What is poison damage half your health?
Yes.
I feel like it's really nasty.
It is super nasty. So disease is you may not have positive effects or remove damage or other effects. So I lose barrier then. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the positive effect.
And then I have poison. So at the beginning of my turn, I am dealt irreducible damage equal to half of my remaining HP.
Metal God says she doesn't have an errata yet, so this is her.
We
Still
saw
her card.
errata 2 weeks ago.
There's an errata for her. It doesn't make her any nicer.
No. So now I'm going to spend an SP to move, Joshy. And
Okay.
I'm going to move up here.
Do you want to stay adjacent to her?
She's going to hit me again.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend 2 SP to attack. That was a nice roll. What's my health at, Josh?
10.
10. Okay. I'm okay with this. So I hit for 16. So plus 2 for flanking. So hold on. She's got 15. So I'm beating her by 1, plus 2. So I'm beating her by 3.
Plus 1 for the nemesis.
Plus 1 for nemesis. So I'm beating her by 4.
Okay, plus 2.
Plus 5.
We're at 11.
Okay. So symbols, that is going to be... The thing is, do I want to take the SP? Because she's going to hit me again. And I'm going to get pushed back. So I'm not going to be able to get to her. So yeah, I'm going to take the damage. So then I do 5 additional damage. So it's 16?
Yeah.
Okay. 10, 15, 16. Okay.
Do you want to drink your juice box?
Do I need it right now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll drink. Let me drink my juice box right now.
Okay.
Can't hurt.
What does that
3 damage.
put her at?
Oh, what does that put her at? I don't know, Ann. You make me answer all these questions. So she's got 38 damage to her. So she has 62 health left. Okay, so then she's going to attack me for 2 blacks and a red. Yeah.
And then you're going to get pushed back and you can't get back up. So that's going to be the end of your turn, right?
Correct. Oh, fuck you.
Then she's going to go.
Oh, my God, really?
Ooh.
Oh!
Ugh. It's 18.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you drank that juice box.
Your defense is at 11.
Oh, I can't drink the juice box because I have disease and I can't heal.
That's true.
Okay.
So your defense is 11.
Yep.
You get plus 1 defense because you're flanking, but you also get minus 1 because of darkness.
Yep.
So it's beating you by 7 plus symbols.
Okay. So I have 2 armor. It's got...
What's its symbols give it?
9 damage.
16 damage?
Hold on, I'm going to go back 1 second here. I'm going to spend the last 2 of my SP to perform 4 additional physical damage to her.
Okay.
That makes me feel better about my life. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to die. Can I throw my throwing knives at her as I'm dying?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm dead.
Wait. What's your new relic do?
When I roll. I just looked at it. I tried. The no dodges is what's really killed me. Because I have dodges up the yin-yang, but I can't use them for anything. Okay, I'm dead.
Bye, Matthew.
Goodbye.
Oh.
Okay, so now it's her turn. So...
I take your character off the board.
Is Alana burrowed?
No.
Okay. So, is there an opponent within Sphere of Influence, and Alana's not burrowed? So, she's going to cast a spell 6 against Mr. Sword. So, Anne, can you roll for Mr. Sword?
Yes. What's he rolling? His conviction?
Yes, ma'am.
It's actually 7. Roll the 7. He's got 2 peel die.
Okay, so he's going to fail. He took 3 damage. Mr. Sword takes 3 damage.
Okay. He's got 1 health left.
Okay. That's her turn.
The first time each turn, Celebrity... Oh, I can't dodge because it's magic.
She actually doesn't hit that hard on her turn. It's her follow-up actions that suck. Which is funny because Nightingale's just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it is Mr. Sword's turn. And what's Mr. Sword doing?
Does it make sense for him not to attack because he's just going to get beat up at back?
It might make sense for him just to be a meat shield.
And he's flanking at the moment.
Yeah, he provides flank for Anne.
I don't know if it makes sense for Anne to attack.
What do you mean?
Just let Twitch pew it to death.
No, because Anne's still going to do damage to it. Mr. Sword's probably not going to do much.
Yeah.
And what else can Mr. Sword do?
he can blow up for 4 points of damage, but
No, I think
And he'll add for 4.
we keep him right now.
okay. I think that makes sense.
So the change to it is counter once per round. Not endless counters.
Yeah, endless counters kind of sucks, but we're playing with the rules as is.
Yep.
So, all right. So Mr.
Okay.
Sword's going to stay put.
Mr. Sword's going to stay put.
Gatekeeper's turn. Gatekeeper does nothing. Now it's Remi's turn.
Oh, I thought sorry. Yep. For some reason I thought Nightingale went before me.
Nope. It's you first.
Okay, so am I back up to 5?
Yep.
So I'm going to attack with my weapons, which is with 2 teals and a black. This is real. I miss. Reroll. Okay. 14.
Plus you're flanking, so that's +1. Plus she's got a nemesis, so you're beating her by 1.
Yep.
I wish I was beating her by more than 1.
Yeah.
Okay. My 2 shields, for each 2 shields, is +3 physical damage.
Ooh, so
So
plus
1,
9.
2, 3 sets.
So you're doing 10 damage
You're
as of right
14
now.
total. With flanking bonuses and everything. She has
Oh,
14.
gotcha.
And her hammer helm.
Plus the 1. Does that include the 1 for the hammer helm?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
So you're doing 14 damage.
I don't want to do the additional 1, difference by which you hit. And I don't want to change her location. So I think that that's all that I can do here. I'm going to exhaust my Zambato to deal the additional damage equal to
So
roll.
an additional 1.
Okay. And she's attacking
What was the total? 15?
Yeah, 15. She's attacking you back now. And
Can't
she
dodge.
rolls 13. What's your defense?
11, but I'm flanking, so it's 12.
Your defense is
10, but
10.
I'm flanking, so it's 11.
-1 because of darkness.
darkness.
So it's 10.
So I'm at 10.
All right, so she's beating you by 3. And then she's got 1 set. Oh, she's got a lot of books. She's got 3 sets of books, so that's 9 damage for the books. So she's doing 12 damage.
12 damage.
Didn't die.
2, 3 armor. So taking 9 damage. You also healed 1 when you attack, so you're taking 8 damage.
And does that include the reduction of physical damage from the morbid leather?
No, it does not.
You don't get
So
that.
minus 2?
Oh, because it's
It's not a melee attack. It's a ranged attack.
And then she has to do the follow-up.
Oh yeah, you need to roll a force 14. I want to say. Oh no, it's just follow up push X. So you're gonna get. Oh no, it's force 12. So and please roll your 2 purple dice. Okay, so you get pushed back, but you stop at
What's X equal to?
the amount of damage.
Damage or
Damage dealt.
the attack beat?
Amount of damage dealt.
Okay.
Stops at Remi though, right?
I think.
Nightingale,
I
rather.
have no idea.
I think. Oh, let's just.
Is there collision damage?
I don't believe so.
All right. So Josh is going to look into that right now. But Anne, is there anything else you want to do with your turn? You could run in and attack again. We take 1 point of collision. Okay.
I didn't. So the attack did 15 points of damage to her.
Yes.
So she's at 47. How much damage can Nightingale do?
She's going to go up 20 damage.
Potential of max 20. I think it makes more sense for you to stay alive. The sword's going to die. Next turn, you could summon another sword. And that could tank again for another round.
I think you're right. A little more with the spear.
Okay. So that's the end of your turn, Ann?
Can I do anything ranged? No, I just have reach 2.
You can get back into like somewhat
And you
position
said
to
that
attack him.
What?
You can move like one space forward so
Oh.
you can be in reach next time.
That's true.
Okay. I just used 2 points, so I have 3 left. So can't I move and then attack again? Am I still within reach 2?
I think what Josh is saying is if you attack
But
again,
she's still going to counter regardless.
Yeah,
because it's range.
you might die. So if you move forward,
Yeah,
you set yourself up to counter again next turn. I mean, to attack again next turn. And then you'll still go up to max SP.
Is she going to move since? Oh no, because she's going to
No.
attack the sword because that's the thing. And there's not going to be a flank. I'm going to have to get the, but I can summon it to flank with me. Okay, yep, nope, this makes sense.
Okay. So now it is Nightingale's turn. So they go up to 4 SP. Let's have them roll for their Doom Break, and then it's time to do some pews.
Pew, pew, pew.
Make my heart go.
Pew, pew.
My pew, 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 pew. All right. Tap spear. Tap spear for what? Oh, they want to attack with the spear?
Yeah, I think they want to do the spear attack.
Okay. Chat, do you guys want to give Anne any heals? You could move forward 1 for free and throw some juice boxes at her.
They can do it at the end of their turn too. So, you want to roll for the spear attack?
Yeah, let's do the spear attack.
We're saying they took 1 damage for collision. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
right or
they
not.
took 1 damage for collision.
There's no collision section in the rulebook, so it's not in the glossary.
What'd you say?
There's no collision in the glossary, so I don't know where to like look it up.
All right, so they rolled an 8. And okay,
They
they beat it.
Okay. So
Okay.
they roll a green die for damage. And
Green die for damage.
I'm assuming they use their ring of blood now to go back up to max.
I fell into a burning ring of blood. Blood on the sand. And chat roll. 6. So it was 1 better.
Yeah.
And they didn't take any damage for it. So, you know. So 6 damage to this lady. Alana. And let's have him roll for the pew. For the pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Make my heart go.
Pew, pew. My lynchworm girl?
What's a lynchworm?
Is that what that... Oh, isn't it a
It's like an inchworm.
So, Joshua.
Lichworm.
There you go.
Lichworm.
They failed miserably, but they can tap their dress. I think this is a good one to tap the dress on because they rolled poopy for her too. So let's re-roll that red. So they need to get a 7 or higher.
Okay. Or
They've
4.
got some of their spear things too.
Yeah.
Technically 4 or greater. 7 would be nice because they don't have to use
Seven
it.
would
That's
be
not
nice.
bad on a red die.
A 5. So they can spend 2 spear tokens and hit it.
Yeah.
So then they're going to do 5 damage and drop 1 health.
So they're at 12 health now.
Okay. And let's do it again. Again! So they're at 1 SP now. And they rolled terrible. They can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
They can spend another SP to attack, though.
Yep.
So one more time. Josh, sing it.
One more time, gonna celebrate.
Josh, who sings that song?
Oh, yeah. Not me.
No, I'm asking you who sings it. Every week I ask you this question, and I give you the answer. They rolled even worse this time.
Oh boy.
Okay, so they miss. They should probably spend their free SP to move up and heal Anne a little bit.
Yeah. I'll go diagonal so they don't...
Where? I can't see.
There, diagonally.
Sneaky move says. Well, do you want to do that? Or should they stand behind her and take a point of damage to prevent her from flying all the way back off the edge of the board?
It's only if they... they could... I guess they could stay there.
I like that idea instead. All right.
Brace.
So, Anne, what's your max health? 20?
Yeah. 20.
How would you feel about 3 juice boxes?
I think that would be great.
Okay.
So it's 9 health.
9 health.
So 16?
I don't know. Did she have 7 before?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so now...
It's the worm's turn.
It's Mr. Worm's turn. No, it's Alana's turn.
Alana.
There is no worm. All right, so she's going to attack Mr. Sword. So, Anne, roll Mr. Sword's conviction. Do it now. Quickly. Do it. Quicker. Faster. I'm not seeing it.
10.
10? That's terrible.
Rolled a 3.
That's terrible. Well, yep, she rolled
It
3.
lives.
It lives. Mr. Sword's
The
fine.
sword lives another day.
So now it's Mr. Sword's turn to attack.
It's just going to stand there, look pretty.
Yeah, it's the sword and the stone.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's the gatekeeper's turn.
Gatekeeper.
Stand there and do nothing. So Remi, it's your turn now.
Wait, don't the poppets... Aren't
Okay,
the
so
poppets supposed
I'm-
to still move 2 spaces
Yeah,
each turn?
technically.
So they should be like 6 spaces closer? And once the poppets get over here, then it's really bad?
Yeah, once the poppets get over here, we're going to be in trouble.
They're like... Okay, let's try this again.
What are you doing, Anne? You're attacking?
Nope. Yep.
Okay.
9, 10, 11, 12.
On the sand. Plus 2 is 14, which is not enough. That
Does
8
this
is
counter?
nice. No, it's only when she gets damage done to her.
1 damage is done.
Each time... Oh, no. It's each time Alana is attacked.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Sword has lived longer than everyone else.
Yep. Yep. So, Anne, this thing's attacking you.
Conviction?
No. Defense.
No, I don't roll anything.
Oh.
What?
And if you used your book to summon the other guy, they could remove status effects.
I hate you. They rolled a 13, Anne.
She has a 10.
Okay.
It's being here by 3.
With books, right? I get my conviction?
Why would you get conviction? This is defense.
This is...
Just kidding. Because I keep on thinking it's magic with these big red numbers.
Okay.
It's being here by 3.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can summon more than one Esper at a time, can I? Or is it just...
So...
I think you can summon as many as you just can't summon the same Esper more than once.
You're going to get 6 damage, Anne. And more importantly, you're going to get poisoned and disease. Anne, are you alive?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can take 6
Old
damage.
rules, you can summon as many as you can. Okay, so then flip the book.
A second. So 14... You took 4 damage because you have 2 armor. So you're down to 12 health. 12 damage.
Health.
And
12 health.
12 health, whatever.
Health.
Health. And she gets...
But she's not going to be able to do anything, Joshua, until after the sword goes.
She can cure your poison and your disease.
Yeah.
Nightingale takes another damage.
Okay.
Well, first, and technically you roll your 2
Roll
purple dice.
2 purple dice, Ann.
See if you get
8.
knocked back. You do get knocked back, so Nightingale takes damage. Do you want to attack again?
Are you summoning this other guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you putting them?
Hello?
Between Nightingale and me.
You're next to each other, so I'm not really sure what that means.
To the left of me or to the right of me. Not within range of getting hit, but within range of casting these spells.
Done. Got it.
When an ally within sphere of influence deals final damage greater than 0, they deal additional physical damage equal to the target's armor value. I wish I had realized that.
She has
they
no
have
armor.
no armor.
Oh. An ally within the sphere of influence gains barrier. Remove an effect from a figure with sphere of influence. An ally within sphere of influence gains plus 2 SP.
All right.
If we could speed this up a little bit.
Who's? And are you attacking again, or are you just leaving it there?
No, just leaving it there because I need to survive it.
Okay.
Okay, so next up is Nightingale. So she's going to go up to 4 SP. She's going to roll for Doombreak. And are we doing Spear Pew or regular Pew or what, folks?
Did I need to walk forward?
No.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so their Doombreak is good. They want to tap the Spear and use that. So they're going to roll a red dice against hers. Boop, boop. They could eat their rice balls, too.
Good.
Holy rice balls, Batman. Well, that was terrible. But they rolled the 4 is good though, so that means they can dress this really easily though.
That's a 9 versus a 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a good dress opportunity.
Good dress opportunity. Say yes to the dress.
Say yes to the dress. Yeah, rice balls is all allies in sphere of influence. So Anne would go up to max health. You guys would go up to max health. So that's just enough.
Yeah, that's just enough.
And Mr. Sword would go up to max health.
Maybe survive another 2 turns.
It's
And
doing
can
better.
still summon one more sword too.
I'm sorry, Joshua. Who lasted longer? My little tiny sword?
That's not the first time Josh has heard that. It's going to do 4 damage.
Okay.
Oh, boy. All right. So 3, 4.
What's her health looking at?
All right. So she has 71 damage to her.
So 29 health?
Yep.
Oh, there's some text to read.
Alana screams,
What?
furious that you've threatened her immortality. Immediately end the current action. Alana shoots a barrage of thorns. Cast a spell 6 plus casting against the adventurer who dealt damage to Alana most recently. Okay. So
I'm okay with this because Nightingale's probably got the highest conviction, right?
yeah, she's got a conviction upgrade of teal.
So teal and a purple?
Yeah. So teal and purple.
Rook actually has better conviction.
Okay, that's...
You're dead, Joshua. You're no longer an option. Nobody cares. We're talking about the survivors on the board.
Shit, they used their dress, didn't they?
Wait. All right. So they rolled an 11.
Yeah.
They have 2 books and they have a cloak.
Okay.
So that's a 13
Yeah.
versus a fucking 13. So it's tied.
It's against the 14, Josh. No, 13. Yeah, it's very dull damage. Really dealt 3 armor.
Do they have anything to reroll that?
Yeah, they used their dress
3?
already, unfortunately.
What about an item? What's under that energy drink?
Another energy drink?
Oh, is it too?
Yeah.
I can't see.
Yeah. No, they do not have an item to assist here.
So what happens?
Hold on. Okay, so they're going to get 3 purple die of damage.
We're just saying they had another bottle of blessing, but I don't see it.
They do. They don't. They used it earlier in the thing to give Anne a boost. So Anne's the reason you guys are gonna get hurt here.
They didn't have a bottle of blessing after that one. They only had one.
That's correct.
Is this magic damage, Matt?
This is magic damage.
They have magic resistance, so they take half damage.
Okay. Oh no, it's physical damage.
That's physical damage?
Yep.
3 dice?
3 dice.
5, 2, 2. So 9.
Oh, okay. So when Alana is determining the force of a spell, if she rolls a book, she adds +2 to the force of the spell.
Okay.
And the current turn. So it's the end of their turn.
Okay. And they take 9 damage?
It's 9 damage. Dress is -2 for physical. It's physical damage dealt to you from melee attacks. So it's not a melee attack. You're still gonna get the 9.
They have 2 health.
Okay?
But they did damage, right?
Yes.
So they can tap their ring to get 2
It
more.
immediately ends their turn. So no.
What's the ring say?
When you deal damage to an opponent, heal 2. Only one. It's an exhaust though.
Yeah.
So no, they can't. That's okay though, because now it's Alana's turn, and she's gonna attack Mr. Sword. So Anne, can you roll Mr. Sword?
Yeah. Nightingale won't take damage, right? Between now and then?
Yeah. Correctamundo.
It's magic damage, right? So conviction?
Ring would trigger after our damage step, but it's an exhaust, and you can't use it because it ended your turn immediately. I think. So it's beating you by 1, Anne. So Mr. Sword's gonna die here.
Well, that's an always thing, or is that just that one time thing?
Oh no, it's an always thing.
All right, so the books add +1.
+1.
Okay.
So yeah, it beats you, Anne. So Mr. Sword's gonna die.
Yep.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what they roll.
Mr. Sword, you fought valiantly. I am very impressed. Round of applause for Mr. Sword. Okay, so now it is not Mr.
Sword's turn.
Now it's the other Esper you have, Anne, which I have no idea what they do. What do they do?
So this is Elifie, and she's pretty much a support character. She has got 3 SP right now, right, Josh?
Yep.
No, she comes with 1, and then on her turn she generates 1, so she's got 4.
No, they don't generate any extra SP on the turn.
They don't generate SP on the first turn.
So she's going to do Soul Clear, which is remove an effect from a figure within sphere of influence.
Okay.
What are all of my effects?
You have to
on me?
remove disease first.
Yeah. Disease is you can't remove other effects, so you have to remove disease first.
Which means I'm still going to get poison.
Yep.
Yes.
This sucks. And then that's going to be the end of her turn.
Okay.
Okay. It's not the
So
gatekeeper's
my
turn. It's not your turn. Oh. Slow your roll, girl.
Ugh.
Poppet's got to go. Okay, now it's your turn.
Spend the other summon token to summon the sword back
Mr. Sword
on the other side of Alana, so that we're flanking.
Too fast, too swordious. Here?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so now it is still your turn, Anne. Are you going to attack again?
Well, I take my poison damage, right?
Yeah, so half your remaining health.
So you're at 6 health.
6. Yeah, I'm going to attack again.
God in a glaze of glory.
A glaze of
A
glory.
glaze of glory.
No, you said glory.
No,
You said
glory.
glaze of glory. That was
I am
great roll.
re-rolling my 4 and my 5.
Oh, great roll there.
Like a glazed donut. That's how I want to go out.
If you hold off on your attack, and they can heal you to full. Chat was saying.
Let's do that.
Okay. All right, so...
Is there anything that I can do, though, with my SP in the meantime?
No.
Okay.
Who forgot to feed Josh a whole salmon before the stream started? I don't get it. All right, so now it's Nightingale's turn. They're up to very max SP. They're not going to use their Doombreak right now.
Yeah.
So...
Well, you guys can wait on the rice ball because...
Yeah.
You can... How much health does she have left?
She has...
29?
I don't know, maybe.
I think 29.
I don't think that's right.
I wrote it.
You said she had 71 damage.
72 damage, Joshua.
Okay. So 18 or 20 health.
28.
All right, so that was a terrible roll. Probably don't want to re-roll that.
No.
So tap the spear and get a token? I think that's a good spear token one.
I think so.
So okay, spend another SP. Or they could just Doombreak. Let's just Doombreak now. Right? Right. Why not? Everybody loves Doombreak. And do you like Doombreak? Of course you do.
Doom break.
That was a new take on it.
And they missed.
Oh, the
Oh, no,
Doom
their
break gets
Doombreak broke.
flips.
No, it broke. Doombreak broke.
Rolled a 9.
Well, they get it. They actually get it.
They get it.
Okay. So they're going to take a damage, and they're going to deal 5 damage.
Okay, but they're going to heal. They're going to use their thing, so they're at 3. They gain a health, so they're at 3 health.
Okay. So now let's do it again. Again! How does this make you feel? Does it make you feel randy? They rolled a terrible roll. Dress time. No? Maybe?
Now that's a 15.
So they need to roll 9, which is only one side of the face. So yeah, probably not a dress roll.
Yeah.
All right. Again. Do it again, 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 do it again.
I think this is the longest boss fight we've had.
It is. It is.
She's not. It's the constant counters, and then it's the darkness. So we can't even.
Yeah. Okay, so they can't do anything with this one.
They rolled a 14
Yeah.
versus an 18. Yeah.
Okay.
They've one more left?
2 more.
2 more.
Yeah. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. Ugh. Longer than the bounty agent fight. They rolled a. This is dress. Right?
13.
Yes, they're going to use the dress. They're
Okay.
going to say yes to the dress. Don't forget, they still have 2 tokens on this.
7, 8, or 9.
Huh? What'd you say, girl?
7, 8, or 9. 7, 8, 9.
Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7
Just 6
is a registered 6 offender.
6 offender.
So they got it.
Yep.
They're going to deal 5 damage. And they have one last one that they're going to do.
Ah!
Eh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they got it.
What's her... She cast at who? An adjacent foe?
Yeah, adjacent.
Okay.
All right, so she gets 5 more damage. Twitch loses 1 more health. So
Oh my God.
she has 50, 60, 70, 85, 87. So 13
18 left.
Excuse me?
She had 28, and you said she just did
She
10,
had 21.
Right? 2 5?
What? I thought she was at
Oh, yeah.
72 damage. So she was 28.
Okay. Oh, you're going the other way. Gotcha. So she's got 50, 60, 70, 85, 87 health left. 87 damage, so she's got 13 health left.
Okay.
Did Twitch hit 3 times?
Yes.
Oh, I only saw 2. Okay.
All right.
And they're at 1 health.
Oh, Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh, they should probably use the rice balls now.
Rice balls? Okay.
Yeah, rice balls.
So Twitch is going to go up to 13 health.
And you go up to max health.
Awesome.
Roll for Mr. Sword, please.
13.
All right. All you, Remi.
Don't die, Sword.
Man. Nope, they missed.
Wait. It's 11 plus the book now. Just plus 1.
Yeah.
So it's 12.
And
Okay.
they missed.
Okay. Just double checking.
Quit trying to kill my sword.
All right, so that is the end of their turn. Now it is your Lady Esper's turn.
Okay, so now she's got 4 points now.
Yep.
Heal poison.
So we're going to Soul Clear again, gets rid of poison.
Yep. And you getting rid of your darkness too?
Hey, can I ask you a question, Josh?
What?
Does Twitch have darkness?
No. Yes? Didn't everyone get darkness?
Yeah.
Darkness doesn't do anything for...
Oh, never mind. I was thinking of disease.
No.
Never mind. I lied. Okay.
I also could add barrier. So what's better for me? Do I remove
already
darkness or do I add barrier?
You already have barrier.
Though she lost barrier from disease.
Oh, so add barrier.
No, get rid of darkness because then you could dodge.
Oh, yeah. Get rid of darkness.
Okay, yeah. Fine, do both of them. I wish I had okay. Figure it out. So then her turn's done.
Yep.
Okay. So now it's the sword's turn.
Okay.
Sword's going to stand and look pretty?
Yeah, because I need him for flanking, right?
Yep. And he could take another spell attack, too.
And I don't have any more summon tokens.
Yep.
So great, yeah, he's going to stay there. So now it's my turn.
Okay.
Be the shield sword.
You probably want to.
I'm going to re-roll my 4.
Okay.
Not even better.
I mean, it's
13,
one better.
and that gets me what?
So, no, you actually hit it because you're flanking and she's got Nemesis. So it's 15, so you tie.
No, is it? It's 12?
Oh, I thought she said 13.
Yeah,
That's
she
why
said
I got
13, but it's a
confused.
12. Plus 2, so it's 14.
Oh, so yeah, you fail. But look at the bright side. She gets to attack you.
I can dodge.
You can.
And you could duck.
You could dip. You could dive.
Not a bad dodge roll.
Dodge. She rolled a 12.
You
My
dodge.
defense is a 10, plus 1 is 11, plus my dodge gives me 3.
Yep, you dodge. You're good.
You could counter?
Okay, yes, but I also get something special with Gauge. What do I get?
You get an SP.
When you dodge, yeah, I gain an SP. Okay, so so now I have 4, right?
Yep.
Okay. Do I get cool stuff when I dodge? No, I just get cool dodge stuff. Oh, I don't get a free counter? I have to exhaust the black ticket
Yep.
to do it?
Correct.
Okay, yep. Exhaust the black ticket to counter. Oh, God, that sucks.
6.
Yeah, you failed miserably.
Sure did.
Does she counter back?
Yep.
Okay. Anne, are you dodging?
I think so. I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna.
You can use
Can
just
I
an SP.
dodge?
Yeah, use an SP to dodge.
That's fine. Then that'll bring me back down to 3.
Yep. And she misses.
She rolled an 8. All right. So, are you attacking again?
Yes.
One more time. Gonna miss again.
Successful dodge.
Yeah.
Luke.
Oh,
Shut
14.
up, Joshua.
That's
I
a
hate
hit.
you.
That's a hit.
All right. So 14 plus 2 is a 16. You're beating her by 1. Plus 1 damage from hammer helm. Plus 3 damage for flank. Right?
Yep.
Okay. So you're at 5. And what do your symbols give you, Anne? 3 sets of shields
Each
give you
of
plus
those
3
sets
each. So 9.
Yep.
Give me 9.
So that's 14 damage.
Did you kill it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Hold on. Another 10. Yeah, you killed it.
He had 13 health.
Yep, you killed it. All right, so when Alana is defeated, reveal medium hidden card UM32 and gain the Seed of Rebirth story relic.
You got a seed.
The Seed of Rebirth. And you get to grow your own nymph.
You can
It's
eat
like a
it.
chia pet.
What was the card number?
That's weird.
I don't know. UM32.
Twitch, if you had not kept me alive,
Then they
we
would
would
have
have all
gotten
been
it.
dead. This is all on you. You did such a great job.
So Seed of Rebirth is passive casting upgrade green. Flip when place a defeated ally within sphere of influence, then they heal equal to half of their maximum HP. You just get to bring someone back from the dead.
Cool.
That's cool.
I get Groot,
I am Groot.
but I don't cast. Is that better for? We'll talk about it later.
So reward: each party member gains 1 XP. Restore adventures. Flag check: does the party have the story flag Fallen Friend?
No.
Continue to. I'll repay you one day. Page 288. That's it. Thank you all for joining us today, folks. This is going to conclude today's episode of Twitch Plays Middara. Make sure you're joining us for all of our upcoming streams, like tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where we do another episode of Twitch Plays Kingdom Death. We do an ongoing campaign of Kingdom Death Monster with you fine folks at home controlling one of the characters, rolling dice, eating bugs, and making bad decisions with us. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and chat with us on our Discord channel, where...
Sometimes we talk about mythical gardening.
If you have Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch Prime, you just get 1 free sub every month. What does that mean, Josh?
You should use it on us because we're awesome.
Oh, yeah, we get a
And
loot
it's free
from
money
there,
for
too,
us.
right? Yeah. Pull out our loot. Let's see what we get. Then join us next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, back here on Monday, as we divvy up the loot, read some stories, and make fun of Anne for the voices that she does. Anything else
Just another day.
Free sub, not redeemable at Subway. Have you tried, though? Anything else going on that you want to talk about?
Nothing for me.
Nope.
Alrighty, so that's going to conclude today's broadcast. Thank you all for joining us today, folks. Josh, what loot did we get?
Twitch got that.
They got Baum.
And we also got a loot card for killing her.
Why do you have to shuffle so much?
So I like to shuffle.
They're already shuffled.
8
All right.
gold.
She was broke.
Good.
All right, thank you all for joining us. Good night, everyone. I'm Matt.
Good night, I'm Ann.
I'm Josh.
You got to say good night, I'm Josh.
I'm Flubber.
There you go. Bye-bye.